Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cutting Through the Bull in the post-truth apocalypse. I'm Ben and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And the topic of this week's episode is it's a movie episode. It's Mike's choice and he's chosen the wonderfully entertaining, happy film. No, not really. It's harrowing as shit. It's called Threads and it was a 1984 made-for-TV docu-film about a nuclear bomb hitting the city of Sheffield and sort of nuclear war across the Western world.
Jolly good fun.
It's the most scientifically accurate depiction of nuclear fallout and therefore possibly the most miserable, depressing movie I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It's sort of gargantuan levels of just drudgery and
Well, I'm glad you liked
misery.
it.
Very well made misery. But, and I'd like to paint you a little picture before we... Oh, we should just say, if this is your first episode, we'll do the news
Before we
first,
get to Threads.
and then we'll get into a deep dive into the movie Threads. If you haven't seen it, pause it, go and watch it, then come back. It's worth it.
If
Don't
you
kill
haven't-
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't decided that all life is hopeless at this point, and if you all like me went on a 5-hour rabbit hole of
Yes.
YouTube videos of nuclear explosions.
Ben's been a bit unwell since he saw this film. But yeah, I'd like to paint a little audio picture for you with my words. This weekend has been a joyful weekend for me, overflowing at the seams with love and positivity. My first ever children's party as a host, because my girlfriend has 2 children. It went perfectly well. All my anxiety was for no reason. It was fine. I handled it like a boss. It was a
Nice.
great party. I heard other parents chattering about what a great party it was.
Well,
Then
this was a great party though. Did you have an entertainer?
it was yes, it was pirates and princesses themed, and an actual grown-up dressed as a princess came and sang songs, and they were all.
That sounds like my idea.
Oh, I didn't listen to any of that. I was inside manning the kettle. That was my job, and I did it like a boss. Oh, 2 jobs: put up the gazebo, for the adults, put up the gazebo, and make the fucking tea. And I did both those things like a champion. Anyway, it went perfectly, so I'm feeling great, feeling accomplished. Then after the children's party, my girlfriend's family and my family met each other for the first time. More anxiety, but it was unfounded. Everything went perfectly. Both the families love each other. Couldn't have gone better. I wake up this morning, I go downstairs, I work on our a little feature that we're going to be playing later on, using my editing and voiceover skills that I haven't used for over 10 years, the things I actually learnt at university, feeling great, feeling like a champion. I go upstairs and the children surprise me. They obviously consider me to be a father figure to them now. I get my very first ever Father's Day card and Father's Day gift. I'm feeling,
sweet?
I am feeling like the love in my very DNA in my cells. Then
Hang on,
I watched this fucking movie. And all the joy, and all the positivity, and all the potential that I could see before now lay in a nuclear ruin. Thanks, Mike.
That's okay.
Thanks a lot.
What did you get for Father's Day? Like a 20 bag of weed or?
No.
Oh.
Well, I will like the spliff. Was that a hint?
No, I just
But,
wondered
no.
if they thought,
No.
what does Gaz like?
I got the children chose. They don't see me smoking marijuana, Ben. I'm responsible. I go round the side of the house. Sometimes at the back door if they're in bed. Anyway, it was a t-shirt, a set of Batman pyjamas that say "Dad by day, Batman by night." Lovely. And a nice card that said "The man, the myth, the legend" on the front. So I was feeling wonderful until I watched the fucking film. But we'll get into that later on.
Yeah.
Shall we do the news?
Yes, if this is your first episode, then we'll do this for sort of half an hour or so, and then we will we'll hit the main
Yes.
thread.
See what you did there?
Yeah. of the topic.
He's
so,
a pro, isn't he?
He is.
Have me moments.
And he's struggling through, he's suffering from festival AIDS.
I
He
am.
just got back from the Download festival.
I am. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
3 hours of GNR.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Who was the best band you've seen?
Actually, a band called Greta Von Fleet.
Oh, you sent me
Who,
links there when they the same.
They were like a very young Led Zeppelin.
Oh, awesome. Actually, yes, they're very young, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like
but they
19,
sound
yeah.
directly out the 70s.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were really good. I'm going to go and see them in November. They're touring in Birmingham.
Oh, awesome.
I think it's November 16th. But yeah, they were brilliant. And you know what? Ozzy was very good, you know?
Oh, awesome.
His voice hasn't gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Axl Rose's was wavering a bit.
But
But he was, yeah, they were very good. I mean,
He
Slash
sings-
was fucking on it, you know.
he sings very high. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was trying to be technical there. You know what I mean? It's not the easiest shit to sing.
No, and when
Yeah.
when you spend 20, 30 years running around the stage screaming
Yeah.
at the top of your voice,
And a lot of drugs.
and a lot of drugs,
And he's still
cigarettes.
not. And apparently, Axel's not one of them, you know, uber clean health freaks now, like some people turn into. He still likes to party,
Oh yeah,
which is why he's not skinny.
very
So,
true.
you know,
Yeah.
but good on him, man. I watched some YouTubes. I just wish someone would film it with a decent fucking camera, because someone's put the full set on there.
Right.
And I watched a bit of it while I was having a chong last night, but it's not the band's fault, it's the camera. 1 minute you can hear all rhythm section, then the wind changes and all you can hear is guitar. And it's just because someone's filming it with a shitty phone. So if
Yeah.
anyone filmed it with a good one, put that up there and I'll watch the whole fucking thing.
Yes, but so
So you have festival AIDS.
I have festival. So I might be sounding a little husky, and if you hear anyone coughing, then that will be me.
Well, to be fair, probably all three of us, because we're smoking copious amounts of marijuana, allegedly.
Actually, you know, I found out that helps the cough.
Boom.
Medicine.
Medicine. It's true. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
There was a big thing about the medicine, actually, cannabis medicine in the UK, wasn't there, this week?
was there?
A little kid,
All right, go on.
that he's got seizures, and he came across from Canada with cannabis oil, and the customs stopped him and took it off him.
Yeah.
And he went into hospital seriously ill, and they've allowed him a dispensation to continue.
All right.
Yep.
So
Good
he's getting
stuff.
high as a fucking kite.
You know, it's a shame though, isn't it, that we have to pat the government on the back for, hey, well done for not letting that child die.
Yeah.
Well, it's
with his
more than-
natural substances
Yeah.
that he brought with him. Good on you, lads.
Well, it's not like they've got a great record in not letting children die recently, is it? Bombings, things like that.
Yeah. We're going to talk about a lot of dead children this week.
Oh,
Hey.
It's going to be a fun one. Nuclear war, yeah.
They're gonna be fucking good to get a laugh out of this, to be fair.
But
So,
not just any nuclear war in the north of England, where it's depressing as fuck anyway.
to say that this film is
Probably brightened up their day.
Literally. Bloody hell, I can see!
to say that it's grimdark is a bit fucking. This film is a
Fuck
bit
me.
sort of an understatement. So come on then, let's crack on with the news.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Billy Corgan saw a shapeshifter? We thought that he was just doing it for attention.
I do remember this, yes.
Turns out he might have had sex with it.
Oh, for
He
fuck's
might
sake,
have had
Billy.
sex with it.
Yeah. Might have.
Billy. Oh, Billy, you're so stupid.
And William now, remember?
Oh, sorry.
Today is the greatest day I've ever known, for it's today that I learn William Patrick Corgan may have slept with a shapeshifter. Can't live for tomorrow, tomorrow's much too long, I'll burn my eyes out, possibly because I will now be picturing this visual every waking hour for the rest of my life. For those who may not remember the strange reflections of 90s alt-rock king last October, Corgan stopped by the Howard Stern show, and during the ensuing interview announced he had once seen a shapeshifter. He was awfully cagey on details at the time, simply saying that he was someone with 1 point, and then suddenly you turn around and there's someone else standing there. I'm pretty sure he said it was a reptilian.
Hang on.
I got a feeling he got raped.
I
By
got...
Bob Penis.
Yeah.
He was ashamed of it.
Listen, I'm not a lawyer, right?
Right?
Claiming to have witnessed a shapeshift is not the same as me turning round, seeing Mike sitting there, turning my head completely in the opposite direction is what it sounds that happened. Then turning it back and there being somebody else standing there. Not Mike walked off and somebody else walked in. Fucking shapeshifter! You fucking druggy fucking idiot.
He did say a reptilian in his last one, didn't he? He said a reptilian, but this changed. She's been put as shapeshifter.
So it changed from one person to another.
Because we've covered the original article before.
And Billy has covered a lot of drugs, probably. Allegedly.
Corgan made the following admission: the person was naked.
Oh well.
So my theory is starting to pan out a bit.
He was right. Also, Billy is focusing. One of the things he does right now is he runs the NWA, which is an old wrestling federation. He seems to be intent on losing all of his fortune by trying to make wrestling other than the WWE successful.
My God, you don't think it was Dixie Carter, do you, from TNA?
I think he may have at some point said to one of the boys, I've never took a body slam. Go on, let me see what a body slam's like. Someone's dropped him on his fucking head. And he's now making up alien stories. You know, I think. Just write another fucking song if you're that desperate for attention. Fucking hell, you're famous. Sorry.
Well, it was on the Howard Stern show, and it didn't take long for Stern to make the obvious inference. Wait a second, were you in bed with a shapeshifter? Were you making love, he asks, an understandable jump given the few circumstances of this modern world in which you're alone with each other, alone with another naked individual. Corgan continues to avoid confirming or denying, bored by the chore of saving face, you might say, as Stern presses him to admit it was a lover. Yeah, well, I think he was shagging a reptilian.
There's a difference, so like Mike said, that there's a lot of big difference between a lover and a forced barbed penis.
There is.
I reckon we should check in for anal scarring.
Well, Mike, if you want to check Billy Corgan for anal scarring...
Well, no,
there are worse jobs.
I'm a doctor, I'm not going to go...
You're the science officer.
Might be in physics.
Yeah. Well, for anybody listening, the barbed penis is in reference to the great tome, the wonderful work by David Icke, the book Children of the Matrix, where he quotes some bloke he met in a pub who claims to have been raped by a shapeshifter, and it had a barbed penis.
Yeah, but you couldn't tell whether the two guys were Oriental or Hispanic, and I'm
a shapeshifter, Ben.
Exactly.
Yeah, if he can't remember what the two blokes looked like, or well, he couldn't remember the barbed penis, could he?
Well,
is that from our missing episode on reptilians?
Yes, it's the last episode.
No, we mentioned it.
We've brought it up before. We should read that passage out again, because the guy, rather than just admit that he was a bit gay, created this entire backstory where he was raped by a big barbed penis and then wouldn't report it to anyone, but the army doctors noticed it and he had to be anally stitched. And I believe that's just an elaborate ruse, just because he refuses to admit to his wife that he's secretly very gay.
Maybe.
You know, but hey.
So anyway,
but it could be true, or Billy did fuck a shapeshifter. I don't know. I don't know.
So are we going for? Do we believe Billy or William? Sorry, do we believe William?
Is he insisting on being called William?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What are you, cock?
William Corgan. Yeah.
When he was been Billy all these years.
When he was TNA, he was like, "Oh, it's William now. He's William."
Is he the suit now? Is he William now?
Yeah.
He'll be Benjamin next when you become a bit more of the manager chain.
No, I'll never be Benjamin.
Sir Benjamin.
Only if I get knighted, obviously.
Senor Benjamin.
If I get knighted, then maybe.
Do I believe Billy? I think Billy could be confused because I might be assuming here, but he's a rock star.
Yeah.
Rock stars, are known to indulge. And you could be a bit confused when you got a few beers in and maybe he had a bit of a mental slip. He thought he'd gone to bed with one person, but as he sort of started to sober up, he realised it's a completely different person, and he's just got confused somewhere along the lines and or he fucked a shapeshifter. Maybe he moves in those circles. He is a rock star.
Well, he's a millionaire. He's a wrestling tycoon.
Yeah, yeah, right. Vince McMahon farts in your general direction, Billy. But like I said, he could have. Maybe one of the wrestlers hit him, dropped him on his head.
Maybe.
A lot of wrestlers do have difficulties because their job is to blur the lines between reality and fantasy. Some of them lose the plot, and
they do. Yeah.
Maybe this has happened to Billy.
Maybe he thinks he's a wrestling tycoon who shags shapeshifters as well as being a rock star. So it's a great day job. Yeah.
I did hear a good theory the other day on the themes of wrestling and conspiracies. You know how many dead wrestlers there are?
Yeah.
And we know that the real reason is steroids and lifestyle. But I heard a conspiracy that Vince McMahon is a big-time Satanist and sacrificed them all.
Right.
All the dead ones. Yeah. To gain the billionaire power and...
Wouldn't he be better off, not sacrificing assets to his company?
That makes better business sense.
Maybe someone who's not going to make it, rather than the likes of Chris Benoit and Owen Hart, who are,
Bigger to sacrifice more power, maybe.
Yeah, I suppose so. But you're still losing an asset for business, aren't you?
See,
yeah.
I think Mike's along the lines there. These higher ups are saying to Vince, if you really want to go to the next level, you got to kill that one. But he's worth loads to me. Oh, how much do you want it, Vinny?
That's it, yeah.
How much do you want to be one of us? Kill Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I think he's still alive, actually. So yeah, sorry, I derailed that.
Do you think he cut Randy Savage's brakes?
Possibly, because the rumour is Randy Savage, the reason he was blackballed for so many years is he committed the ultimate sin of fucking Stephanie McMahon.
Well, he was the macho man.
But she was also very, very young.
I was thinking
bit too young.
I was actually thinking that. As you said, I thought, well, hang on.
That's
he
why
was like in his 40s when he retired, and she only came on the scene like a few years ago, like 10 years ago.
And once he left the WWE, he was never welcomed back until after his death, when basically the fans and people in the industry basically campaigned for him to be let into the Hall of Fame. Up until that point, he was sort of whitewashed from the...
Wow.
Yeah, he never was offered a return. But that's all rumour and conjecture.
Well,
so, just like the fucking shit Billy's saying on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, next one.
Is this one from an actual reputable...
Looks like it.
The Washington Post?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got to sign privacy agreements to get in.
You have to do that on every fucking website you go on now. It's insane, isn't it? And I'm just pressing continue without reading any of the fucking details, so fuck knows what I'm agreeing to. They probably own my mum's anus. We've noticed you're blocking ads. Fuck you, stop noticing my behaviour. It's building a profile of you, Mike, so it can replace you, 3D print you. I was going to ask you when we get into Threads, as you two were so upset with the Google voice, being able to understand a broken English and book you a table. What's scarier, that or nuclear fallout?
Well, I think it's going to lead to that.
The two are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I think that the Google voice thing is going to one day adopt the voice of whichever US president is in and ring over, I'd like a nuclear strike, please. Yeah, about 4 o'clock on Thursday. That'd be great. Yeah, nice one, thank you. I think that's how it's going to go down.
That is the plot to the Terminator, though. That's the only problem.
Well, they should need to stop making intelligent AIs then, don't they?
But all it is just like a clever assistant that can book fucking appointments.
And now it's booking nuclear strikes. That's the next thing. Actually, I've got a video on how a nuclear strike is authorised as well. It's only a couple of minutes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's not as bad. I thought you were going to say like some sort of effects of nuclear. We are going to go into a lot of the effects of nuclear.
We'll skip that one then.
We're having technical difficulties with the news, so what's the next story?
The disturbing moment, office workers catch a man on camera having sex with the road as his friend watches closely.
Okay.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Wow. Oh Lord, there's a photo.
Yeah. A man has been caught on camera having sex with the road in the middle of the day. Oh, stunned office workers filmed the man thrusting his bare hips into the ground outside their building in Long Beach, California. The footage shows a second man crouching on all fours beside a van and watching the disturbing scenes at close range.
Wow.
I mean, he's literally behind a car with his trousers down, humping the road. I assume there's a small hole.
Oh Lord, there's a video. We don't want to watch the video. No. I've watched it enough times this morning on YouPorn.
Was it
the video was playing. I saw him humping the road.
So this is what we came to work this morning. This little ground sex session going on just outside the window, a man says in the vision. His friend is there checking him out. What's he doing? Asks another man in the office. The bizarre vision was uploaded to Reddit this week, where it's drawn a range of bewildered comments. Was it wet concrete? Boy, this was a little more HD than it really needed to be. And what was that guy near him doing and where did he go? That's what I'm interested in.
Wow. I like how they haven't blurred out their faces, but they have blurred out his asshole. I appreciate that, Daily Mail. No, I'm saying I appreciate that, Daily Mail. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
It does pain me to share this from the Daily Mail, I must admit, but I couldn't. I saw the headline and thought, well, can't really gloss over that one, can I?
Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to think what kind of hole. I mean, it's got to be tight.
It can't be wet cement because you run that risk of drying and trapping it there
forever. The thing is, it can't be a big, large hole, or there's no friction. There's no point. You might as well thrust the air So he probably had his cock in a fairly tight... I think there was blood involved.
Oh, there would have been, I reckon, yeah.
Oh. Wow. Well, people really will.
Fuck anything.
Yeah, in the pursuit of orgasm, men really will stoop to all kinds of stunning levels, won't they? And as we have said plenty of times during the news in these kinds of stories, there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned wank.
Yeah.
You don't need to jazz it up.
No.
It functions perfectly. It's one of evolution's little gifts to us.
And if you do want to have sex with a bit of road, maybe you should use your driveway, get a gate, block
Somewhere.
that, somewhere no one can see you.
Middle of nowhere.
Some people like being watched, don't they?
Yeah, but there's being watched and there's being watched having sex with the road.
Maybe it was the perfect hole. That's why they were like, it's the perfect size
Perhaps
to
he was waiting
actually
his
fit.
turn next.
Yeah. Or it was some sort of weird power game and the guy watching is literally, that's his little bitch and he's like, you will do whatever I say, you'll get there and you'll fuck that hole in the ground.
Yeah, maybe.
One of those weird power games. Not that I know anything about that. I'm the one who tells them, okay? I'm not the one who fucks the road
Yeah, okay.
anymore.
Nice to see you evolving in your range of appetites.
I am.
More responsible these days.
Yeah, that's it. I got a Father's Day card this morning. Hey. I did use it to skid up on, but...
That card will eventually become roach material, won't it?
No, I have sentiment.
Right. Where's that card we gave you?
Daddy smoked it.
In the ashtray. Well, fantastic.
Right, what's the next one then? Whole Live. This is from Hull Brothers. Our home was haunted by a ghost who attacked people and pushed them down the stairs.
No, it wasn't.
The ghost once turned the living room upside down and the family brought in a vicar to perform an exorcism. So yeah, a pair of Hull brothers haunted by a ghost that attacked and beat up visitors to their Hull home have described what life is like living with a poltergeist. Darren and Chris Buttery say they live with a ghost that has pushed, punched and slapped the inhabitants of their East Hull home, as well as moving around furniture, slamming doors and hiding objects. Darren, 47, says there's been a ghost in every house he's ever lived in since and believes the same malicious spirit is following him around. Because it's got nothing better to do than stalk a bloke called Darren from Hull.
Yeah, well...
Because if you're dead and you've got infinite powers in the afterlife to move stuff about, slap people around, you're spending it slapping Darren from Hull. You're not strolling into 10 Downing Street, giving Theresa May a wedgie. You know, you're not using your powers for good.
Well,
you're hanging around in Hull,
yeah.
pushing people down the stairs.
Well, the thing I was going to say is, he says he's telling people what it's like living with a poltergeist. I think living with a poltergeist is a lot like living with like a writer or any other sort of creative person, because you just sit around making up fucking stories. Fucking poltergeist. No, I'm not having it.
Although the Enfield poltergeist is quite an interesting case. That'll probably be a future episode.
No, I'll have the aliens. I'll have the Anunnaki overlords.
You wouldn't have the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter.
They were owls. I'll have sensible aliens like the Anunnaki.
They're not sensible.
They are.
No one sees them.
I'll have the ancient aliens. I'll have all the pyramid stuff. I'll have the Men in Black even. But I won't have ghosts and ghouls. Woo!
Oh, well. Yeah.
Until I fucking see one, or I'm slapped around by one, or like in the Ghostbusters, it's implied one gives me a blowjob. Fucking children's movie, and we all loved it. That ghost is sucking him off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's meant to, I think it's certainly implied. I'm not sure if there's a deleted scene where there's a bit more sort of,
I hope not.
not where you see it, but there's a bit more facial expression, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sure they did film the scene where it made it quite clear he was getting sucked off.
Well, you see his belt being undone.
Why would the ghost go to the Ghostbusters place? The very place where they're in the most danger.
It's a danger fund!
And like, just think, oh, you know what? Ray's there.
Ghosts can be perverted too.
But if you suck off a Ghostbuster, he might not bust you.
Exactly.
Oh,
He's gonna bust one in your mouth.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a payment protection kind of thing.
You got a racket going on. protection racket.
Oh, you don't think that's how Slimer keeps his freedom, do you?
Of course it is.
What do you think
What do you
Slimer...
think it's covered in?
What do you think he's made of? I was going to say. Because the Ghostbusters live next to that nuclear containment unit. So their spunk's radioactive, so it's green. And that's how they made Slimer. He's just a big spunk bubble. A big hungry spunk bubble.
He's white underneath all that, isn't he? That's... Yeah.
He's earned his freedom.
He slimed me after he gave me a fantastic blowjob. And then I slimed him. Boy, did I slime him.
Slimer does have a big mouth. Probably do all three at once.
Hey, you're forgetting Winston, you racist.
You're going to do one Winston because he's black. He's more well hung.
Everyone forgets Winston.
I was complimenting Winston's penis size.
Oh, I
if
see.
anything, you know.
Well, that's a bit assumptious. That's reverse racism, isn't it? Racism.
Oh, whatever.
I'm just calling you racist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just fun.
Stereotype maybe. Yeah.
So we've talked about the Ghostbusters radioactive spunk. Wow.
Yeah. Can I read a bit more of this article?
Yeah.
The streets off Preston Road in East Hull are currently lying dormant. But for Darren, this is where the frightening hauntings first began for him when he lived with his parents and two brothers at 4 Wansford Grove in the 1970s. 1970s Hull must have been a depressing place.
Yeah.
He said the house was absolutely terrifying. At first it seemed like the ghost was playing with us. He liked to bang the doors shut and lock them so he couldn't get in, and then move things around the rooms. Once the living room was turned upside down, and other times it was used to move the rocking chair with a clown sat on it from one side of the room to the other, and also shuffle the bed in the front room about the place.
You would love that.
Why you would have a clown in a rocking chair in a haunted house is beyond me.
Exactly. This guy is such a hack. He's such a shit horror writer. These are all just hackneyed fucking cliches. Raise your game, Darren.
There used to be creaking on the stairs and the sound of a child crying, but we never found out where the noise was coming from. Probably your brother's bedroom.
Or next to, easily explained, creaky fucking floorboards. Next door there was a baby. Boom.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hear the baby next door to our house crying through the walls sometimes. Babies are very fucking noisy and they have a particular pitch designed to pierce our fucking eardrums.
That's true
Even
enough.
through fucking walls.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't hear the adults ever next door, or the TV or the music or anything. That baby starts to cry and you can hear it clear as day, man. It's really weird.
Well, you go in and slap it.
Well, no, because then I would be the man who slaps babies.
Well, teach it not to cry.
It won't.
More.
No, that's eventually.
It really won't. It'll probably keep crying till the fractures heal.
I'm not saying fracture its bones. I'm just saying give it a bit of a tap.
Ben.
This is why I'm not a parent.
Yeah. This is why you're not allowed anywhere around children anymore, isn't it?
I'm allowed around them.
Yeah, that did make it sound.
the police
He
escort.
beats them. He doesn't do anything else to them.
I said I've never done it. I'm just saying that, you know, it would be a deterrent. Or slap the dad or the mum.
I could probably slap the dad actually.
You know, just to shut your kid up, smack.
I could see me slapping him. Sorry, that's a different story for another time.
Well,
Love
anyway.
thy neighbour. Arrogant twat.
Does he look down on your work van?
I think he just looks down on me in general, but, you know, fuck him. He has a big, at the back of his head here, a big, and he's got very jet black hair, so his bald spot shows up uber bad, right on the back like a monk, and I think he's about the same age as me, and, you know, I look like Donald Trump's son, I've got so much hair. So, yeah, he still has a lot more money than me, but, you know, hair.
I bet he'd trade it all for your hair, Gaz. You should shave your
I
head
should
and give
offer
it to
him
as a
actually.
win,
Yeah, dude, I'll take it for the car, man. Take that. Anyway, back to the news.
Back
sorry.
to the news. Darren says the tricks the poltergeist played became sinister when it started physically attacking visitors and pushing them down the stairs. We had to get a vicar in, Reverend Tom Willis, to perform an exorcism, but the poltergeist punched him in the guts and pushed him down the stairs.
You shouldn't have got the vicar in. You should have got a carpenter in to fix whatever it is everyone keeps tripping up over
Or a voodoo
on the
priest.
stairs. Yeah, or an alcohol counsellor. I think Darren just needs a counsellor in general.
Yeah. So he couldn't get rid of it. He's not much of a fucking priest then, is he? So he asked the council to move us out as it was too dangerous for us kids to be living there.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And it got to a point several times where we had to be taken out of the house by neighbours and other family. We never had much of a life living there with all that went on, he says, Darren.
I think this is obviously a case of, you know, when you're in a council house and you want to move to a better one.
Yeah,
you
that's
need
a possibility.
reason to. You know, how can you prove that they're not getting thrown down the stairs? Look, my arm's all bust.
Yeah, there's a ghost.
Did your mummy and daddy do this to you, little Kevin or little Darren? No, poltergeist pushed me downstairs. Can we have that big house over on the new estate?
Well, yeah, it's a possibility. I'm not going with it, to be fair.
Me either. Surprisingly, shockingly.
I think it was just a ploy to get a better house.
Yeah. Or a bit of fucking attention.
Yeah.
Possibly a bit of attention.
Like the vast majority of the stories we cover. I have sex with the aliens!
He's going to bring his own book out next month, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, you know it. He's going for the sort of Enfield Poltergeist film deal, isn't he?
He'll be going to ghost and ghoul conventions and getting paid to do an hour's talk, you know, with his photographs and his slides.
I doubt he's going
to
to
show
get them.
nothing. Yeah, he doesn't look like the photographs and slides type, does he?
No.
He looks like they're stealing a fiver out of his nan's purse, even though he's 25 type, doesn't he?
47.
47, still stealing a fiver out of his nan's purse.
Go and get
For a
4
couple of
cans of
cans of
cider.
special brew. See the poltergeist, me? No, Darren. I'm not having it. Science officer Mike, what are you saying?
Yeah, shit, innit?
Yeah, I'm not having the ghosts.
No.
No, is there any more?
Well, why don't you someone go and spend the night in that house and see what happens, and we can just disprove it then?
No, because like you said, Darren's so special, it specifically haunts Darren.
I hate the name Darren.
Special, yeah, me too. Darren's a wanker.
They
No,
always marry-
sorry if you're out
They always
there.
marry Debbies.
Darren's always just, you know, the guy who loves getting up Sunday morning and looks forward to cleaning his car.
Is that your neighbour's name?
He looks forward to it. No, I don't think it's Darren, but he looks like he could be a Darren.
Is he married to a Debbie?
She looks like she could be called Debbie, but she isn't.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway. They have to live next door to me too. I'm sure it's not great living next door to me.
The smell of that weed drifting round from around the corner.
Yeah, I guess that would be top of the list of complaints. And there's the drunken shouting. No, there's not.
That's the news, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the news. Should we call a quick piss break? We'll start with threads. Oh boy. So we are back, and we're going to talk about the 1984 made for the BBC docu-film Threads, directed by Mick Jackson and written by Barry Hines, which is set in the northern English city of Sheffield.
Which is depressing anyway.
Which is depressing as it is, but it's 1984 and this is set in, and we're children of the 80s, and I did find some things at the start of this film almost quite comforting, like 80s life, the
decor.
cars, the decor, the general grim darkness of life, you know, the pub scene. I was like,
2 pints of bitter, please.
yeah, they all drank bitter back up north.
And he literally said the line, "Hey, you gonna go chat up that bird over there?"
I didn't like that guy. He's turning him away from his fiancée. I didn't like him.
Ooh, Ben suddenly went to a rock festival and came back with his morals.
No.
Did you find them at the bottom of your wellies? You left them there a year
Don't
ago.
wear wellies. I wear walking boots.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Does your manservant lace them up for you?
Oh, if only.
Would he be called Virgil?
No.
Wear a glittery suit.
No, I'm not the $1 million man, you know. I'm not Ted DiBiase.
He's a preacher now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He regrets the years of cheating on his wife and doing drugs, basically. And like all good Christians, you know, you just say sorry at the end, don't you, and try and make up for it, and then all of a sudden you get to tell other people how to live their lives.
Well, he certainly wasn't on steroids. He was always a fat bastard. He was never
Comparatively
really,
speaking.
he was never really in shape, was he?
No. More in shape than we are, but I know what you're saying. He wasn't a big steroid guy. But anyway, we
He certainly
digress
wasn't in
already.
shape to go to work in his pants every week. Right. If I have to go to work in my pants every week,
Put a bit more.
I'm going to put a bit more effort into my appearance.
I understand that, but he was the $1 million man at that
Yeah.
time. He paid Virgil to work out for him.
Yeah, that's pretty what it was actually. Yeah.
So back to the...
Back to the film. So Sheffield is home to outside of it is a major RAF base.
Right.
RAF Finningsby, I think it is. I've got that later on in the notes.
Is that real? Is that actually there in real life?
I
Or
would,
was it
yeah,
at
yeah.
the
I
time?
think it's up there. Yeah, it's would have been. Remember, there's a lot of bases of RAF bases at the time up north because that's where the Soviet could have come. The North Sea would have been a
Right.
major sort of battleground in the event of a big east-west kick-off. That's why the entire Royal Marine Commando Brigade got stationed, effectively sort of rotated through Norway, Northern Front. They spent like a year at a time skiing and learning to fight in the snow and everything. So it was considered quite a big sort of potential battleground. So a lot of stuff up north, and there's, you know, and it's the way the Russians would fly round, isn't it? They're going to fly straight over Western Europe to attack us. They're going to come round the top.
They're going
So
through German airspace, are they?
no. So we start with Jimmy and Ruth. Not Jimmy. Is it Ruth?
Was it Ruth?
I can tell you.
I've got Ruth written down.
Ruth rings a bell. I do believe it is Ruth, yes.
Because that was one thing. I only
Yes,
heard him. Yeah,
Ruth.
Ruth. Good.
Ruth Beckett.
Yeah. And they're parked up on a hill in his little Ford Anglia, looking at the city. Bit of a make-out point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the news comes on, and the bulletin is about fighting in the Middle East, but neither of them are really interested. Jimmy changes the station for the football, and then they make some sweet love.
Well, you don't know if it was sweet.
Well, he knocked her up anyway. It turns out that the news is that the Soviets are invading Iran in this fictional universe because of an American coup that we weren't very happy with. Alleged American coup.
When has that ever happened before?
Well, at this point they're in the pub and the news is on the background, but no one's paying attention. It's going through all of this. That's the thing with the feature of this film, is that this news is on and you're hearing the build up to it,
Yeah.
but none of the characters are paying attention until it's
Too late.
far too late.
Far too
Well,
late.
that's exactly what would happen.
Well, that's what we do, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 There's always-
I ignore the news all the
There's
time.
always flashpoints going on in the Middle East.
I don't know about them, which is great.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Ruth announces that Jimmy's got her up the duff.
Oh,
She's pregnant.
Jimmy.
Poor Jimmy, should he learn to use a rubber? Mind you, things are cramped in the back of a Ford Anglia. Probably wasn't space to put it on.
That's a great excuse. Sounds plausible.
Then we go to, so it starts on Thursday, May the 5th, this film. And by May the 8th, a full-on invasion by the USSR on Iran is taking place. But still no one's really paying attention. And Jimmy and Ruth decide, knowing that, you know, she is pregnant, they decide to get married.
Wonderful.
Bless. Also on the news, carrying on at this point, is the United States and the West announced they may send troops to the Middle East unless the Soviet Union withdraws. And again, no one is paying any attention. It's all about the little trivialities of modern day life.
That's it, isn't it?
Arranging a marriage.
You're distracted by life, aren't you?
Yeah.
You can't, you know, keep your finger on the international pulse all the time, can you?
Well, I manage it.
I manage the opposite. I completely... You know, if it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't have a fucking clue what's going on.
That's it. Most people just get snippets here and there.
Yeah.
What's
And that's-
in the papers, what's in the news. That's how they get brainwashed so fucking easily.
Hey.
That's how this film does make the point, because you only ever hear snippets of the news in between them, the characters doing stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, change the channel.
Yeah,
They hear like the headline, they change the channel.
Good.
And I'd be like, fuck, the Soviets invading Iran's not good.
No.
Now that doesn't mean shit when you've just got your missus
But
up the
we're too-
duff
yeah,
and you're only
into
young.
this stuff, aren't we? We're, you know.
But at the same time, if I've just knocked up Ruth and all of a sudden I've got to buy a house and marry her, and I'm just some bloke who works in a timber mill like Jimmy does,
Yeah.
then
Oh, Jimmy.
I've probably got other things on my mind in all
Of course,
fairness.
yeah.
So, Sheffield, a little bit of background about Sheffield. It's the fourth largest city in Britain with a population of 545,000 in 1984 when the film was made. And its main industries are steel, engineering and chemicals. Military targets nearby include the NATO airbase and the RAF communications centre. I'd imagine probably a major one because it's by a sea.
Right.
So, May the 11th, and we're on to the sort of... We're progressing through the story of these two young people, Ruth and Jimmy. Their parents meet. And again, the news is on in the background. So the families are meeting, you hear the news, and this time there's been a serious incident involving the US warship off the coast of Iran. A submarine has disappeared on patrol. a nuclear submarine. So it's a big thing for that to happen. But you know, they're here now. Turn the news off.
Yeah.
Go and meet them.
Well, you know, you don't think about depressing things, do
No.
you?
Thursday, May the 12th, we're going to skip to, and the Soviet Union is protesting to the US about provocations to its warships in the Gulf of Oman, with serious damage caused to a Soviet cruiser in collision with a US destroyer. But in the meantime, Ruth and Jimmy are buying a house, planning the future. You know, baby's coming.
That's it, life has to go on, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. But sadly, the US submarine has been confirmed as sunk, with oil and debris been found, and 127 sailors are dead. The Soviet Union's been held.
War, isn't it? So
It is, yeah. The Soviet Union has been held responsible by the US president.
yeah. Now you'd think people might pay attention, but still.
Now that would be a big. That would be a big thing. I mean, if
But the average person, would they?
and I'm
But
pretty
you
sure,
do see in the movie there are sort of subtle hints that, remember the woman in the supermarket comments, it's only a Wednesday and it's like bloody Christmas in here because of how busy it is.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there
but-
are some people that are, you know,
Yeah.
paying attention and thinking,
Yeah.
fucking hell, we should be stocking up. Because a lot of people are surprised and caught short, as we'll see.
That's
Have
true.
you got
As
some-
2 weeks worth of tin food and water in your house?
No.
Feed
How many weeks, though?
2 weeks.
at least 2 weeks.
Maybe a week in tins. Maybe. Yeah.
Water's the main one, though.
Nah, apart from the taps.
That's it.
But they wouldn't work, would they? So, no water. I'll go half a crate of Foster's.
Have you got a secure nuclear bunker?
Nope, got a shed.
That's not going to do much.
Nope.
It's a pretty big shed.
It's also not underground. But every home in Switzerland, built since the 60s, has a nuclear shelter.
This isn't Switzerland.
No.
Or Sweden. Where did
Switzerland.
you say? Switzerland. Well, you know, the shed isn't underground, but it has been painted with Ronseal diamond hard outdoor varnish. 10-year guarantee, I mean,
I don't think that stops nuclear radiation, though.
good old British engineering. I think it's still open. No,
If
it's
the
owned
sh-
by a German company, actually. Glasgow Nobel. Yeah, I'm fucked. No, I don't have any food or shelter. No, I'm fucked. I'm one of the fucked people. I know I am. But having seen this film and what the reality of survival is like, I want to die in the blast. I don't want to survive. Because as we said, we sort of hinted at right at the start, we should say to anyone, if you haven't watched the film, for God's sake, pause this, go watch it and come back. But if you haven't, this is a movie based on a guy's... if this isn't like a Hollywood retelling, the guy set out to tell the most scientifically realistic portrayal of what would happen if worldwide nuclear war kicked off, and specifically what would happen to Sheffield.
Yeah.
But it's about the world, isn't it, at large? So this isn't glorified, it's not Hollywood, you know, there's no dashing hero, you know.
There's no flag flying at the end proudly above the ruins as we strive to rebuild.
No, there's no...
it's grimdark.
Yeah, there's no happy ending.
Far from it.
There's no...
No
So,
hope.
yeah, there's no hope. Yeah, there's no...
There's nobody in that film that prays to God.
There is before the bombs drop.
Oh, is there?
The
I
church
didn't
is a
notice.
very... there's a scene in a
I didn't
church.
think of that.
And it's on the build up to it. And the church is very full.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
But no one's... Certainly afterwards,
Yeah,
Mike,
I was going to say, in the aftermath of it, what the fuck does
Yeah,
God
it's very
even mean?
godless, isn't it? I mean, God has abandoned us, hasn't he?
Of course it
Although-
fucking has at that stage.
We'll get to it. There was a bit of religious symbology later on.
Ah, yeah, did
Yeah,
you...
there was,
Was
yeah.
it a
Yeah.
reference to the fucking...
The virgin birth and all
yeah.
that, wasn't it? The birth.
What's it called? The nativity
The nativity scene, yeah.
That's it.
We'll get to that. It's
There
later
was
on
a
in the
direct
film.
reference.
It was. It was very... I was like,
Yeah.
hey?
It seemed a little bit out of place, didn't it, with
Yeah.
everything, the rest of the movie? I thought that.
Yeah. We're back to the news again in the film. Britain, this is the information. Information comes up in this film
Yeah.
a lot. And it's Britain has contingency plans for war. Now, if the central government falls or fails, power is transferred to local officials spread across the country. Now, in Sheffield, the chief executive is also the wartime controller.
Right.
I submitted a request to our local council, Telford and Wrekin, asking for what contingencies they have should this happen in terms of civil defence, and are there shelters for civilians and things like that. And I'm currently awaiting the 20-day waiting Freedom of Information Act list.
This film really did get to you, didn't it?
Yeah,
Ben?
I was like,
You've put in a Freedom of Information request
yeah,
to find out what happens when the nukes fall in our local government. Wow. I think you deserve the broadcast journalist label this week. That's going above and beyond. That's almost journalism.
It was more curiosity than anything.
Paranoia and fear.
Yeah, that too. Because I ended up on a site called Nuke Map for a while. Yeah, I'll get to that.
Oh my
I'll get
lord.
to that. So anyway, the film skips on. So should it become necessary, the chief executive of Sheffield in this scenario, the war controller, will assume full governmental powers. He has life and death powers. Who gets fed, who doesn't? Who gets fuel, who doesn't?
Yeah, who gets murdered, who doesn't?
Exactly. Or stuck in an internment camp.
Yeah.
Tuesday, May the 17th, the US deploys paratroopers to Iran to protect, and I'm going to quote, legitimate Western interests in the Middle East. And I went, oil.
Yeah.
We're going to keep the oil flowing, boys.
Of course you have.
Yeah, but I love the way it was phrased.
Yeah.
Britain prepares now at this point because the government is obviously thinking this could go one of two ways here. And in Sheffield, the chief executive is told to prepare for the worst. He gathers key personnel for a meeting, and this is when we first start seeing that little bit of panic buying, as we alluded to a couple of minutes ago. Thursday, May the 19th. Chief exec is making serious preparations, including levels of food, medical supplies. He's preparing for emergency powers. You've got blankets being delivered to schools, which you would assume are sort of going to be key, because every community has a school. It's a focal point for people to go and get necessary things. Shelter.
Well, that kind of happens when there's like natural disasters or anything like that, isn't it? The school becomes a sort of community
Absolutely.
place, and everyone can sleep in the gym.
Tunnels and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is remember the US had deployed paratroopers to Iran previously to protect Western interests. The remnants of them, it says remnants, have taken up defensive positions. B-52 bombers are arriving in Turkey, and the 84th Airborne Division is on standby. RAF jets are moving, and those are F-4 Phantoms at this point. Those are the ones you see in the play, in the film. Bought from America. Twin-engine, all-weather, long-range supersonic interceptor and fighter bomber entered service in 1960. We're still using them till 1992.
Wow.
And they can carry 8,400 kilograms of weapons.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It is. So that's like 8 metric tons of weapons.
8 metric tons of death.
And
yeah, basically.
and they do 1,400
Like
miles an hour.
planes. Sorry, when was that?
1,400 miles an hour they do.
Oof.
At top speed. And they cost £2.4 million each.
Like Mach 2 or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
They cost a lot more than that in lives and souls.
Yes, it was an RAF filling in.
The trillions we spend on war, mate.
Oh,
wasted. Wasted. We could fucking transform a society with that.
I know. You know the Bob Dylan song, Masters of War?
Yeah,
what
yeah.
a mind, yeah.
What a song.
Is your money that good?
Oh, man.
Well, evidently it is.
Line from the movie that sticks out with me, delivered in the voiceover documentary style, was money has lost all meaning, or money has no meaning.
Yeah.
Food is the only currency. And I was like, shit,
given
yeah,
as reward or taken away as punishment.
So it wouldn't matter, Mr. fucking you that build the death planes. You'd be on the same level as everyone else.
No, because he'd be in a fucking bunker,
Wow.
guys.
Yeah, according to the film, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd be in a private bunker, wouldn't he?
He'd be in a nice little
unless
private
he was
bunker.
caught out by surprise like everyone else, and he wasn't in the bunker.
Well,
and hopefully made it to the bunker and died in there alone of radiation sickness, and it was a painful, slow, horrific death at the hands of his own creation.
And I hope he thought to himself, I wish I hadn't invested in them planes, or them missiles.
Or them bombs.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That'd be nice. That'd be a
No,
nice.
it really is. Those that invest in it, they'll be safe.
Yeah. Well, the elite, aren't they?
Of course they are.
Maybe that line would come to him. What did the guy who invented the A-bomb, when he saw it land, he started quoting the bar?
I have become death.
Yeah, the destroyer of worlds.
That's it, yeah.
Like that fat guy in the office when he's talking about all the food, and he just goes, bastards! This guy,
I think he's the doctor.
yeah, he's the medical person, isn't he?
And he has to make some. He feels the stresses when he has to cut the. Well, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bikini state, which was
What does that mean?
It was the bikini was the alert state indicator used by the MOD to warn of non-specific forms of threat.
Right.
The current status was always displayed on government buildings and military base entrances. Apparently the word bikini was chosen randomly by a computer.
Okay.
Not named after Bikini Islands.
I was thinking the Bikini Atoll and
Yeah.
the nuke, but no, apparently chosen randomly. It was, as with every military operation name, they're chosen at random by a computer, yeah. Allegedly. Like Operation Telic was Iraq. Whereas the Americans just go, enduring freedom!
That's what I thought it was called.
No, our involvement our involvement was
The
Operation...
Yanks isn't.
No, theirs was enduring freedom for the Iraq War.
Honestly, they choose it, don't they?
Yeah. Anyway, so at the minute, in the film, it's on black. The highest levels are red and amber, white is the lowest, never used. Never used white. So, we go, white, situation stable. Obviously it's never been stable. Black, possibility of an attack, possible civil unrest. So, amber, high alert of or transition to war, and red, at war, likelihood of nuclear strike.
And it's that brown.
That's only your trousers.
Because the nukes are coming.
Yeah.
It's a brown alert.
And at this point, after the film, they go to amber. At this point in the film, you see him changing it for black, putting it on amber.
Awesome.
And the US accuses the Soviets of moving nuclear warheads into Iran. Now people are starting to pay slightly more attention. You're starting to get a few demonstrations in the streets. Interestingly, still a lot of people trying to shout these demonstrators down. I'm a fucking patriot, I am.
Still brainwashed.
Yeah.
Even the nukes are flying.
Yeah. And she's like, we could just get rid of the nukes. I think this is a major target. There's industry here. And somebody goes, what bloody industry?
Yeah.
It's all closed down. You're like, oh, it's not the point, mate. They don't know. The Russians don't know that.
Well, that was the reality of
Thatcher's
the North
Britain.
in the 80s, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. But do you think the Soviets, well, them steel mills might have closed down.
No.
But they could start them up again if they
No,
had
but
to.
it was the reality for that guy, wasn't it? The you know, I mean, I know he's the guy who today is voting Britain first, probably. I mean, Brexit. That's what I meant.
Or UKIP, one of the two.
Yeah, but you know, you can understand the frustration. I mean, I don't think I'd be down anywhere shouting. I know that for a fact. I think.
While everyone was down there shouting, I'd be quietly stockpiling food and
that's it.
water.
Well, yeah, I don't
make
think
sure
I'd leave the house
No, I
much.
wouldn't. Fuck that.
I don't think I would at
And
all.
I'd be digging a hole in the garden big enough for me to live in for fucking...
Well.
and then make into some kind of bunker.
Asda, a massive Asda is within walking distance of my house, and I would possibly the bravest thing I would do is maybe try and break in the back way or through the roof or something daft, you know, rather than fighting in through the doors like everybody else in the mad crush.
Well, the
Maybe
town
try and
centre's
fight
got
my
an
way in.
underneath.
Yes, it has. I've been.
Yeah,
So I used
yeah.
to work for
And you
Debenhams
can
as
just
a
pop up
Christmas
and get
temp.
what, like at the back of McDonald's and stuff. You get food.
Yeah.
And
Now,
pop
I
back down.
have heard that is a shelter under there.
Oh, well, it is very concrete.
But-
I know that because I've
Because
worked there.
on the island, in that particular corner, there is a manhole cover which is locked. It's got a wheel turn thing on, you know,
Right.
the wheel lock. And it's quite visible, and I have heard that is a bunker, but there's no way on earth you'd be allowed down there. We'd like
Oh,
to
the
you and I would be
council.
allowed down there.
Yeah.
That'd be like the council bunker.
You telling me fucking Lucy Allen would be down there?
Yep, if she was in Telford for once.
And I'd be burning in the fucking fire pits of nuclear
Yep,
hell.
because only the wankers are going to survive this. The likes of you and me, they get what they want in this scenario, in my opinion. We go back to basically fucking medieval serfdom,
Yeah.
dependent on our higher ups' charity for the hard work we're putting in to keep them in the fucking life of opulence.
Yeah.
Dying of radiation poisoning in a fucking field for us, mate.
Yeah.
While them cunts are in their fucking nice governmental bunker, living it up in a nice hot shower, warm food. We're on stale bread and fucking rotten fruit.
Yeah. But again,
look forward
hopefully,
to it, Liz.
hopefully I would die in the initial blast. You know, because look, the people who built they built a barricade and hid behind it. They still got fucked up, but they survived, didn't they? Hopefully, I wouldn't have the barricade bit. I'd just be like, take it in the face and be gone with. The old lady even says, doesn't she? You know, I envy. You know, they're worried about their son. He's probably dead. I wish I was. Yeah. Me too. Watching this fucking thing.
Yeah.
We'll take a break.
Yeah, we can do, yeah, absolutely. Okay, and we're back. So, carrying on with the film, Jimmy and his buddy are in the pub, and they see it on the news, and this is actually when people do start paying attention, because it says that NATO starts to discuss sending a task force to Iran. the barman changes the channel and everyone's like, oh, everyone watching that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden people are starting to pay interest. But Jimmy says, oh, it's getting serious now. And his drinking buddy just goes, oh, well, no, we can do about it. Oh, that's
It's a healthy attitude, to be fair. It's true.
It is true, yeah.
No, I mean, you could start stockpiling tins of beans or try and bang that bird over in the corner who you know, let's face it, she's a woman, so probably didn't comprehend the severity of the situation. That's a joke! 70s rubbish joke. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible... I'm a terrible sexist monster. I'm sorry.
A little brain couldn't comprehend, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm in a room.
We're joking.
I'm in a room with two sexists.
Oh, get off your sexist high horse. You're the most Neanderthal of the three of us, definitely.
I'm a man of culture and taste.
Wearing his download hoodie.
Yeah.
What festival was it?
Download.
Was it the Hey on Why Literary Festival? No, it was Sweaty Rock and Roll Festival, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's culture.
Yeah, it's culture. But is it cultured? Yeah.
On the Sunday, I've got to tell you this actually, on the Sunday there was a small plane started flying around the main arena with a banner saying Jesus loves you.
Oh my God, that has to be someone trolling.
I thought it's either epic trolling or some conservative Christians in this country thought Marilyn Manson's
We're going to save the devil worship.
They're all going to be worshipping Satan by the end of it.
Oh man, I've got to tell you, one year, you know, when I did the festivals for work, the guy I worked for is an Indian guy a Sikh, who became a born-again Christian. And he didn't do Download Festival, of all the festivals he did, for the very reason that he believed you shouldn't mess around with satanic imagery and stuff. And this is the guy I really looked up to, who'd got all this sort of drug experience, but then cleaned up, successful businessman, but really bought into the whole Christian thing, and it scared him that much that he was like, nope, I won't do that festival. And one year, we were at Creamfields, which is a horrible dance music festival.
That used to be a big thing years ago.
Yeah, but they tried something a bit different, because you know Kasabian are slightly... They're rock, but with a beat, aren't they? It's sort of dancey. Kasabian were playing, and our stall was directly opposite the stage. Not that many people were watching, to be honest. They were well more into the actual dance music. But anyway, we were watching, and it was a point at the end of a song where the band were just, you know, smashing away on the instruments, and the singer was saying, we kill without... Oh shit, what's the word? Discriminate. We kill without discrimination. We kill without discrimination. But I think what he meant was, you know, when you do a killer set, we killed it.
Yeah.
They were playing at a dance festival and they killed it, they smashed it. We kill without, you know, discrimination, we'll kill anywhere. But my guy who I worked for was completely freaked out by this. Like, this is dark energy, bad shit, man. What is he doing to those people? And I'm like, what? He really believed that kind of stuff. Like, just didn't think you should fuck with dark images and things. Why was I on about that? Download. So maybe, maybe it was a real banner.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly a funny troll.
I think so, yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past the Christians, though.
No, neither would I. Neither would I.
50-50, innit? Back to the terribly depressing movie.
Yeah. So at this point, our Prime Minister, who would have been the Thatcher, offers a message support for the United States government, which was Reagan at the time in the film.
Okay.
And Reagan, they had a bit of a special relationship, allegedly.
They did. They brought neoliberalism to the world.
Well, there you go. And she took the milk.
She did.
Cow. We love women, just for the record. We do.
Just not Thatcher.
Just
not that one.
This witch is dead.
Yeah, man. Ding dong. It was the number one. We don't care what you do, BBC.
I just hope they staked her down so the bitch can't come back.
Look at that, though, isn't that? Look at, again, the government controlling the narrative, controlling reality. That song was number one. Ding dong, the witch is dead. But no, it wasn't, because they wouldn't acknowledge that it was. They wouldn't play it, and it's a fuck, you can't change reality, you
They said
fuck.
it was a political...
Found their way to worm out of it.
They're bastards, aren't they?
And that was the same as that Theresa May Liar Liar song.
Censorship, though, isn't it?
It is censorship, of course, because the song itself isn't offensive.
No.
It's the reason why it was number one
Exactly.
they found offensive, but the fucking song itself wasn't offensive.
But that just shows you how unloved she was in this country. As soon as she died, number one was Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Yeah. Do you think if we had a really fat, popular Prime Minister, right?
Well, I think Jeremy Corbyn.
And when he died, right, Mr. Blobby was the number one, Mr. Blobby song. Do you think they'd censor that?
Probably on grounds of good taste.
Well, I just throw it out there.
But now they sing Jeremy Corbyn in praise. I mean, who would have ever thought a politician
would have his own chant?
Come on. Yeah, I see his...
it's pretty mental, that, isn't it?
I see that festival actually went quite well in the end, didn't it?
I don't know, I didn't see it.
They held some festival,
Labour Live.
Labour Live. I think it was
mixture
like,
of politics and music.
I think there was like 13,000 people rocked up for it, so...
I would have gone if I'd be able to afford it. Someone would have gone with me.
I can't think of anything worse.
Actually, I'm not a member of the Labour Party, so I'm a supporter.
Yeah.
I mean, good for the people that did go, but for me personally, a weekend of politics
and rock music and pop music. I doubt it would have been rock music.
I would have enjoyed the pop music, to be fair, a lot more than I would have enjoyed some little hipster with a beard, like, you know, the type of beard, wispy, silly purple beard, telling me what's what, and I'm like, you're fucking 14, piss off, you fucking non-gender specific fucking arsehole. Where's the beer tent? Has anyone got any class A's? What sort of festival is this? Can I interest you in signing up for this particular drive I'm starting, and I need this many to... Oh, fucking fuck!
Can I interest you in some herbal marijuana?
Oh, God!
I think it was all the young people that went, though, to be fair.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean they're fun young people.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
There are different types. No, I'm just ragging on it. I'm sure it's actually... I'm being silly and facetious. I didn't know that was a thing till you just mentioned it. It's fucking pretty ace that they can attract that many thousands of young people genuinely interested in politics.
Yeah.
And that's just how shit Theresa May is. She's so shit that young people will be willing to go to a festival that is 50-50 politics and music. Wow.
Yeah.
Times have fucking changed.
Yeah.
Shit.
I would have gone to that when I was 16, 17. I'd have been like, oh, fuck that.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back to the horrendous, nightmarish apocalypse. Saturday, May 21st, in the film. The United States delivers quite a generous ultimatum to the USSR, I thought. A joint withdrawal of Soviet and US forces from Iran.
Yeah, but it's fictional and they're going to portray the US as
fairly
on the, they're on.
Yeah, but
they're gonna.
As an ultimatum goes, that's not bad. We'll pull out if you pull out. How's that?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I'm trying to say in real life that probably wouldn't happen.
So yeah, I know. Yeah, but this obviously does portray the Soviets as the quote unquote bad guys, doesn't it? This particular film, in a way.
Well, they always are, aren't they, Ben? I've seen Rocky IV.
That's what I mean. I'm saying it's still a bit of propaganda.
There is a little bit of propaganda to it, absolutely.
It's fictional.
Yeah.
Put that in there.
The deadline is for the following day, on the Sunday, and NATO Western Command notes an increase in Warsaw Pact forces, the Warsaw Pact being the Soviet equivalent of NATO. So you had your USSR, then you had your Baltic states, your Polands, your East Germanys, they're all classed as the Warsaw Pact.
Mike, sorry.
The MOD is sending more troops to Europe, and the demonstrations really kick off in the streets. No war, no nukes. And the most telling point, and if this ever happens, this is the time you need to start changing your trousers, is when the government takes control of British Airways and all cross-channel ferries.
Yeah.
That is the point when you need to go, something's going to go down here.
Right.
Because when they're doing that, they're saying, we're going to need to move a lot of people very quickly to somewhere else. So that is, I'll give you a hint there. You hear that happening?
I won't know about it. I'll be on my PlayStation.
They might get some kind of message across.
Blissfully unaware until like I said, it goes off in my face.
That's a bright light.
What the hell?
Oh shit.
So then we go to the following day, Sunday, May 22nd. More anti-nuclear demonstrations breaking out. Counter protests against people not wanting to be nuked.
Right, yeah.
Because there's always one.
Yeah. I do like the line the lady says during these protesty bits and the speeches, you see. It's just common sense, it's a good line. You can't win a nuclear war.
Yeah, absolutely.
If both sides are firing them, you
can't win.
You can't win.
No. We'll all be dead.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yes. And that did keep the peace for a long time.
Well, it kind of still is, isn't it, I guess?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's keeping the nuclear peace,
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. But
what a crazy fucking policy.
Yeah,
I
basically.
mean, it's even called mad.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
not
Apt name, isn't it?
and not Mothers Against Drink Driving.
I know it's mental, but as long
It's
as
bad.
it works, as long as it works, it's fine, isn't it? Because it is sort of the ultimate deterrent, isn't it? It's like, look, as soon as you fire them things at us, it doesn't fucking. You're fucked. The minute you make that choice, mate, it's suicide because you are fucked as well. We will mutually assured destruction. We'll fire fucking too the second we know they're in the air. So it kind of worked, doesn't it? It's kind of like,
It does unless you get a maniac.
like Kim, but then our hero Donald.
Or General Jack D. Ripper in Doctor Strangelove.
Okay, I need to check it. I know it's one of those
It's probably going to be a
classics
future
that I
episode,
should have
yeah.
watched.
Yeah.
Donny baby, Trumpy baby,
Oh,
Sir
yeah.
Donald the peace lover. I love this. I've been absolutely loving it because I know he's a cunt,
Only because
but
he's your dad.
I know he's a hey, fuck you, buddy. I know he's a cunt, my old man, but he is bringing about world peace, and his mental tactics where you wind the little fucker up, insult him, basically slap him and say, what the fuck you gonna do? And then say, well look, put your arm around him, we don't want to fall out, do we? You're alright. And then you say nice things about him and peace.
Imagine the fucking Republican response if Obama saluted a North Korean general.
World
like
peace,
Trump
baby.
did.
World peace.
Can you imagine the fucking outpouring?
Well, the news in America, all the corporate news, is against this.
Really?
Honestly, because they're fucking war hawks, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I suppose
They're
so.
owned by companies that invest in the weapons.
But we know Donald
It's unbelievable,
is
isn't it?
advised by Alex Jones, so he knows world peace, man.
It is worth pointing out that, and this thing that's been glossed over by the right-wing press, is that Kim managed to get the US to stop doing military drills with the South Koreans, and in exchange for, we'll stop blowing shit up and we'll stop testing nuclear weapons, maybe. They can't test them anymore because where they tested them, they're testing them inside a mountain, has caved in.
Well,
So
look.
they can't really, they haven't pretty got need another test site, so it's like, well, we know they work, we'll be alright for a bit.
All teasing aside, am I being completely naive and thick in thinking that him going over there and being mates with him is better than threatening to blow each other up?
Well, it
Of course
is.
it is.
It's a good thing, isn't it?
It is.
Even if he's a cunt, Mr. Trump,
him
shaking hands and making peace with them
I don't
is
have
good.
much faith that it'll last.
Right.
How can you say that about your dad on Father's
Hey,
Day?
because I'm realistic.
Well, I'll give him credit where credit's due, man. You know.
Sir Donald.
Saint Donny.
Saint Donny,
Is it-
baby.
We're gonna
Maybe.
add a fourth saint to the show.
We'll wait and see.
Can't have the holy quadruplets, can we?
Trumpy, baby. Yeah, I just think it's cool that he's, I think people should be eating a bit of humble pie and being like, big silly bastard's gone and done a good one.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, it should be great, shouldn't it? But the news corporations are fucking
Not having it.
digging into him.
Well.
They're saying he's capitulated to a dictator.
Yeah.
No, he threatened him down, basically. He shouted him down. They were both saying silly things, but Donald said the silly... imagine when two people don't really want to fight, but you've seen it a million times in the pub.
Yeah.
No one's holding them back.
I'll have you, mate. I'll have you. Hold me back. Hold me back.
No.
Trump all over it. It's all bravado.
Yeah,
He's got
Nobody's actually...
stones to back it up.
Kim eventually looked at Donald and went, he'll fucking flatten me if this actually does go. But Donald is a little bit unsure.
Yeah.
This little crazy one. I mean, I should be able to knock him out. Easy, but he's a fucking
He's younger than I
shifty
am.
little...
He's younger than I am. He's a bit strong. He's probably done a bit more exercise than I have recently. Not much, but...
Yeah, I whistled in the mic. That's a bad thing to do. Sorry, listener. Yeah, he's a bit nuts. So, in the end, nothing happened.
He's come at him like a spider monkey.
Yeah, and you've seen it a million times at a pub. Nobody hit anybody, and before you know it, they're slapping each other on the back.
Yeah.
They're having a pint together. They're I'm sorry, mate. You're all right, aren't you? Yeah, I've had, what it's like. My head gets, and I've had a few.
Yeah, but the next week he gets pissed and firebombs his car.
Yeah. We have seen that. That's usually fucking embarrassed me in front of everybody. You're pissed again, Billy. Calm down. You're a fucking cunt.
Trying to burn his car, the bastard.
Or you think you'll just set his wheelie bin on fire, and before you know it, you've murdered his family. Yeah.
Well, we've all been there.
Back to the nuclear holocaust.
Yeah. So the 12 noon US ultimatum expires. The ultimatum that says, we'll go if you go.
Right.
And at 1300, B-52 bombers strike with conventional weapons on the Mashhad base, which is a Soviet base which allegedly contains nuclear weapons. The Russians defend the base with a nuclear-tipped an air defense missile. A nuclear-tipped air defense missile. And literally what I found out in my little 5-hour dive into Soviet nuclear weapons of the 80s was that they will stick a nuclear weapon on anything.
Okay.
There is nuclear torpedoes to deprive the enemy of ports, to blow the shit out of ships from miles away.
Yeah.
This particular missile was probably an ABM-1 Galosh, which is the NATO term. Packs a 2 to 3 megaton warhead. These are the mobile ones. These are used for everything from launching a first strike or retaliatory strike to anti-air defence.
Okay, so someone's firing a nuke at you and you fire a nuke at it.
No, the B-52s are attacking with conventional weapons. They're just going up there with their payload of dumb bombs.
And they fire a nuke at
the Soviets
it.
defend their base because it's strictly... Yeah, they fire a nuclear-tipped anti-aircraft missile, which goes up to the sky and goes boom and takes everything out. It does take many B-52s are lost. I'll point out this a megaton is a measure of strength of an explosion of bomb based on how many million tons of TNT would be needed to produce the same energy. So this is 2 to 3 million tons of conventional explosives in one little package.
Just a little one.
Fairly little.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. At 1400 on the Sunday, 2 o'clock, if they're usually not
imagine if it...
up with military timekeeping.
Sorry. Imagine if it fired 23 million tons of magic mushrooms.
Oh, the world would be a lot better.
That's a Joe Rogan idea I stole. It's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. 1400, the US responds with a single battlefield nuclear weapon on the Soviet base. Now, a battlefield nuclear weapon is probably about the same kind, probably a bit less than what they were firing, and it would have been airburst, I would imagine, because airburst, I'll go into the difference now, I'll get it out of the way. Ground burst, you're trying to destroy as much as possible, and you're creating the maximum amount of fallout. You're letting it off virtually at ground level, it goes out, all the debris that's created is sucked back up, that's how you get your fallout.
Nuclear
It's a
wind.
magnificent sight, isn't it? The mushroom cloud.
It is. That Tsar bomb I watched was terrifyingly beautiful. Watching that go off, it was immense. It was the yeah.
Next week you're going to sit over there and record from behind a cage.
Why?
I was thinking that. Why?
Beautiful nuclear bombs.
Beautifully terrifying.
You weren't jerking off whilst watching this stuff, were you?
Maybe once or twice. No, I wasn't. No, I like tits.
Like
not
wearing
clothes.
wearing a welder's mask.
I was wearing a full NBC suit and respirator.
But it wasn't full because there was a hole for your car.
I just done the trousers, popped it out. Plastic line, Gaz, it's wiped clean.
I do get. I'm being silly. I do understand what you mean, but it's like I don't think they're pretty or beautiful. They're just fucking horrible, aren't they? It's like
Oh yeah, they are. The effects are. But bearing in mind all the stuff, the demonstrations I watched weren't landing on cities, they were just in the desert or the Soviet tundra.
Did you find yourself...
feast, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Did you find yourself imagining whilst watching these... Because I've seen them in documentaries and things. You try and imagine that being in the middle of a city and what that...
No, I didn't. I was just like... well, I'll tell you what, when this is finished, we'll put the Tsar bomb... when that goes off, which is the 50 megaton, potentially 100 megaton bomb the Soviets developed as a bit of a middle finger to the US.
I don't want to see that.
And when that goes off in the midst of the Soviet tundra, it is actually not something I want to see going off near me, but still. Anyway, so the US has responded with a single battlefield nuclear weapon on the Soviet base, and the exchange stops at that point. And as I pointed out, the church seems pretty full at this point. A lot of people in there. Demonstrations turn violent and the police are called in to assume control and arrest The
Can I just say, I wonder what happened to the guy with the sandwich board.
oh, the end is nigh.
Yeah.
Where's he?
Where's
I
he?
didn't see him once in this film.
Well, his sandwich board probably caught fire and burnt
No,
his
but-
fucking face off.
Before the bombs, he's going to be feeling pretty smug.
I didn't waste my life. You see, you bastards! I told you. He's burnt to death by his own sandwich board.
Then he's burnt to death.
Yeah.
In sandwich board.
You know, bless him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will be pretty smug, them
Yeah.
fucking guys, won't they?
Especially they survive. Imagine
Yeah.
that. Told you, didn't I? Told you.
They're like, yes!
If he ran a board saying the end was nigh.
Yeah.
Told you so, motherfuckers.
Can we watch the film? Yeah, so there's diplomatic attempts to mediate the situation, but at this point we're starting to get shortages of food. People are panic buying, there's fuel shortages hindering a resupply, shops are increasing prices, and in the film that woman goes in, oh, these peas are only 20p yesterday, now they're 40, and he's like, oh, you don't like it, you can piss off, couldn't you?
Basically,
It's called predatory capitalism.
Yeah.
And it is a thing in when Hurricane Katrina went off. Bumped up the prices.
it makes. I understand it in a business terms, but morally, obviously, it's fucking
Humane,
ridiculous.
it is
But
evil,
back to that
isn't it?
line of,
People
well, it
are
is evil.
desperate, and they're probably going to die because you want to make a bit of an extra buck.
Yeah, and the thing is, what's your money going to do for
That's
you?
the
at
thing.
this
The
point?
irony of it is, back to that line,
Yeah.
money had no meaning.
Yeah.
It was all pointless anyway, because
Yeah.
what's it fucking
So
worth?
him jacking up the price of beans 100%
Yeah.
is not gonna fucking do him any favours in the future, is it? Unless he can buy a nuclear shelter with the profits.
Not in the time.
Not in the time he's got. No, so it's all fucking.
It's making
It's,
all
all,
these.
it's moot, is what it is, sir. Moot.
It's making all these preppers who buy Alex Jones's fucking products seem less mental, isn't it? I
Yeah,
mean,
in a way.
well, actually, no, because I don't want to survive. I do not want to be one of the ones rebuilding in the fucking nuclear wasteland. I don't want it.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to it, but I
Yeah.
don't want to be one of them.
Yeah.
I want the window to explode in my stupid fucking face, and that's the last thing I see.
Unless, of course, you're just blinded and survive, in which case you've got an even worse future.
I won't survive. I won't survive.
Well, that will save the raiders taking your eyes, I suppose,
I won't be
in the
hiding-
post-apocalyptic future.
That's one thing, but I won't be.
I'll take his balls still.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be hiding under the mattresses, in any wardrobes, in a bath. I'll be out in the front lawn, in my pants, on my knees, just come on, please. I want the first wave to do this. I want to be, like you said, sucked back up in the debris. I want to be up there in the
Oh,
mushroom cloud.
you just set on fire.
pieces.
Well, pieces of you.
Yeah.
Your charred
Ashes.
remains would be.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I want.
you go full Sarah Connor, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that again, very realistic description of a nuclear blast.
That's how I want to go. Like a wisp in the wind. You'll see my thumb, the last thing, my charred thumb.
Is this an Infinity Wars, and you just?
Yes, that's how I'm going to go.
Guys, it's a radioactive fireball hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
Exactly, it'll be quick. It's not going to be like, you know,
You'll have
putting
no
the
time to
sausages
stick
in
your
the
thumb
oven.
up, mate.
Yes, I will.
If you're behind, you need to be behind a wall. Like
won't
Mike
be.
with his baguette.
No.
So you need to be going like that.
Yeah, 'cause
holding your two thumbs
The
up.
shadow will be.
The
That's
shadow
how
will
I'll
be
be on the
preserved on the
lawn.
wall.
I'll be on the lawn, on my knees, both thumbs in the air. I had a good life. Fucking end it. Quickly.
And Mike's got a baguette between his legs next to you,
I will
pointing it at your head. Because you're on your knees.
As long as we're
That's
both
the last
dead.
thing anyone will know. In future generations, I'll go to that wall and go, was he sucking him off?
I don't care.
He's got a massive cock.
As proved by the film, they won't have the fucking language to process that. They won't understand cave paintings. They're fucking
But
morons.
it might bring a smile to the survivors, otherwise grim dark.
I won't care.
Life.
I want to die in the first wave.
Right,
That's
well-
how this film made me feel.
Well,
Thank you, Mike.
We're getting closer to it.
Whoever picks the next film, for fuck's sake, can it be a comedy?
I believe that's you, actually. It's your turn.
For the next film,
Another 8
yeah.
episodes or so.
We're doing Dumb and Dumber.
So, now, the US and the Russia have started fighting conventionally at sea, which is where these things tend to kick off.
Right.
The government brings in the Emergency Powers Act. The public are urged to remain calm, but looting does start. Tuesday, May 24th. People are starting to leave the cities, and Jimmy's parents' next door neighbours, are going off to live with their relative in the country, essentially. Thinking, well, they won't bomb there, will they? Oh, won't bomb the countryside. In the meanwhile, to the news, the Russians cut road and air links into West Berlin at the time, remember? There was the Berlin brigades, British, French and American brigades stationed in West Berlin, behind Soviet lines. And the Soviets do say, if you want, we'll let you go. Just fuck off.
Okay.
But you're surrounded. There's no need for you to die here, effectively.
Right.
About 12,000 men, roughly, soldiers, tanks, stuff like that, 3 brigades worth. Probably a bit more, the Americans will have a few more in there. At this point in Britain, we've got the military vehicles on the streets, and local authorities are given the power to suspend certain peacetime functions and requisition property and material for civil defence.
So take
So
whatever
there
they
might
want.
be a curfew in place, military, you know, the military on the streets. The shit's starting to hit the fan, but it's a precautionary move and no cause for alarm.
That's it. Slaves, keep working. Just
Yeah.
in case of false alarm, keep working.
Keep calm and carry on.
Yeah,
Until,
well.
of course, the US carrier Kitty Hawk gets sunk in the Persian Gulf, and at that point all shit breaks loose
Right.
in the film, because they don't like they've never lost an aircraft carrier like that, one of the big nuclear powered ones. That would cripple the American psyche, losing one of them big boys. Especially the ones now all they're named after the presidents. Yes, one day there will be a USS Donald Trump.
Saint Trump.
You have to wear wigs.
Formal dress dress
It'll just have a
uniform
big-
for the ship is a blonde wig.
No, the actual ship will just have a big rubber wig stuck on the top. SSS Trump.
Little hands coming out the side.
Flippers! Little hand flippers.
No, all the guys who control the planes don't have them wavy glow sticks. They have big little foam
Little
hands on.
hands.
Light up.
Waving the ship
Waving them in.
with their tiny little hands on sticks. Illuminated.
Are you going to join if you've got a micro penis?
Oh, I see. No, sir. Notice, Ensign. Whatever your name is, your penis is a micro penis. USS Donald Trump for you.
Off you go. No, it's not. Get a ruler, sir, I swear.
It's a grower, not a shower.
As he's being dragged up. Grower, not a shower.
Here's your hat.
Here's
Donald
your
Trump
Donald Trump wig hat. And your little hands on sticks. Off your fuck.
That'd be no good, though. Shit full of little dick cowards.
Exactly.
Well, they're not cowards. They're already there. They've just been assigned to that.
Because they're
the size of their
cowards,
penis.
they've got little dicks. We all know that.
You can't equate.
That's why I'm so fucking brave.
No, he was.
was a coward.
No, he was rich. That's who he got to be.
Yeah, he was a
now.
coward.
He was a cowardly rich man.
He's a
yeah.
coward, thank you.
All right. Okay. Well, USS Kitty Hawk's gone down.
I don't know if
anyway.
that has anything to do with the micro penis.
I don't know, Mike. Maybe your next scientist, so you mean penis size and bravery? Are they related?
It's a study. You'll get a grant to do the study. You have to go around measuring the cocks of cowardly men and then brave
Start
men.
fights with them.
Yeah, to see how cowardly they are. And after they beat the shit, excuse me, before you leave, sir.
Come look at your cock.
Yeah, in the name of science. Could you
as
whip
they-
out your John Thomas?
As they just piss into your face.
And he's measuring it. I gotta get there with my measurements.
10 inches, oh fucking hell.
Put the wrong in there. Oh, I need medical attention. No. Yeah.
I literally don't know what to say.
Lost for words.
And that is a very rare occurrence for me.
Can we take a break?
Yeah, I need a piss after that. I laughed myself into needing a piss. Universe. Oh,
We're back.
hello.
Hospitals at this point are being cleared for expected casualties. Roads leading to Wales and the West Country are heavily congested, and fuel shortages for the public. Emergency powers are given, key points are guarded, so rail and transport links, food warehouses, things like that are all now under sort of military and armed police jurisdiction. And known and potential subversives are arrested.
Wow.
So Mike, you're getting arrested.
Oh yeah, it's like
But on the plus side,
hang on.
well, you're the one ranting about the government on a podcast. You're getting rounded up, mate.
Yeah, you hippie. Why did they arrest the?
Because you don't want
Subversive.
people speaking out, causing more civil unrest.
Ah, okay, I got you.
When you're already bringing in like, curfews and military on the
resources
streets.
that-
It is a bit of a breach of your civil rights, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, they don't mean
That's what they call
shit
it.
when the nukes fall.
But that's why they're calling it emergency powers.
I know, yeah.
But that's
Martial law.
that's the point to start to panic at that point. Well, hang on, emergency powers. Yeah. But he should start getting that water bottled.
Fuck. I'm gonna fill the garage with water bottles and tins of beans.
I've done it. I did it months ago.
Are you joking?
No,
You're a prepper.
nah. But I do make sure that I've got a lot of tins in the cupboard.
Fuck. Fair enough. I mean, I used to back at uni days, but that wasn't because I was scared of the nuclear
yeah.
war. That was because I couldn't.
Cheap food, I still eat it, but yeah.
I couldn't cook.
I've got an apocalypse cupboard, but it has not got 14 days worth of food.
No, I don't think it's 14 days.
I might have like 3 days worth of canned food in that apocalypse cupboard.
I just always make sure that I've got enough
Mm.
tins in the house.
In
It's
case
just
the
well, yeah.
in case the bombs fall.
But then again,
Wow.
one tin a day. You know, you're not going to be going to town on stuff, are you? I mean, in the we'll see later on.
That's it for me. I need 14 tins. If I have a tin a day, that'll keep me going.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I've got 14 tins in the cupboard, you know. But there's 4 of
That's
us.
what I mean. You need
You'll be having a quarter of a can each.
Yeah.
50 tins.
Or you can just leave the children outside and
They can fend for themselves.
exactly in that nuclear
I think
wasteland.
they can catch radioactive rats, things like that. It'd be good for them. Character building.
Exactly.
Seriously, I watched this film a few years ago, and yeah, it did make me think. And I've consciously got that in my mind now that I've stock up on tins.
I think the bottled water would be the
Well,
one,
I've
wouldn't
got-
it?
I've got a few bottles. But
Go to Aldi where it's cheap, get cases.
I've got some
the
bottles.
first thing you do is fill the bath, fill the sinks, fill
But
buckets.
if your windows are gone, then you've got to keep.
No, but I'm assuming that you've got at least 30 minutes, enough to be able to fill some.
Well, you
Well,
don't
there's
say.
that-
There was the 4-minute warning, wasn't
There's
there?
that-
Usually.
I'm getting ahead a little bit, but while we're on water, there's that little scene of the guy in the aftermath of the bomb where he finds a sink, turns the tap on, the water comes out, but it's just the water that was left in.
Yeah.
But in that moment where it's running, he's like, "Fuck, water!" Turns to get his teapot, turns back round, and it's gone. It's finished. It was just what was left in the tap, and it's like, "Fuck, yeah." Obviously, it's not going to be a thing. There won't be water. So yes, bottles, but one of the bottles just melt in the heat. And
Well, I mean,
you
depends
know,
Well, it depends. If you're in the epicenter, you're dead anyways. isn't it?
Oh, that's a
yeah,
good
you're,
point.
this is if you're on the outskirts,
Yeah.
isn't it? And remember that when the bomb does drop on Sheffield, the first one, it's 20 miles away. It's on the RAF base, so they're getting the shockwave and the blast. But if they're not killed by that, they just got the fallout. There's a great shot of the road out of Sheffield, and the way out was gridlocked, and there's a few cars still going in, and it reminded me of that wonderful line from Independence Day. Everyone's trying. Well, I've changed it. Everyone's trying to get out of Sheffield, and we're the only schmucks trying to get in.
well, yeah, very true.
So,
To be honest, you're a schmuck if you're ever trying to get into Sheffield. I jest. I don't.
yeah, I've never been there. I can't tell you.
I actually went to a very good gig there at the athletic stadium. I saw the Chili Peppers, and it was ace.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw them once. It was shat.
I also saw a man get kicked in the face while he was laying on his back, already knocked out on the pavement very late at night.
Well,
Yeah.
well
Whilst I was sitting
Is
inside.
that the
of-
local greeting?
Whilst I was, well, yeah, that's what I thought. I was actually very young. I had gone to visit Chris. I won't say the full name, but a friend from school. You'll remember him. But anyway, when we were about 16, his eldest brother was at uni in Sheffield and had a job as a security guard at the McDonald's. And me and our friend had jumped on the train, gone on a train trip, you know, as young lads. Got there late, met him at the McDonald's, which was why we were there. All the doors were locked, the McDonald's was shut, and we were just looking out the window waiting for him to lock it. And we saw a street fight kick off, and yeah, 16-year-old me saw an unconscious man get kicked right in the fucking head like a penalty kick, and I was fairly shocked and traumatised by this. Like, where the fuck are we? Why have we done this?
Beirut.
Oh my god, it was so shocking. I was like, he was already out. Oh my gosh.
You were looking for wrestling parlance, so earlier so they couldn't have a steel chair to the head when they were already knocked out.
Yeah, that was an eye opener. That one, I remember that. Like, holy fuck! Don't say anything to anybody in the city or anywhere really.
I lived in Toxteth in Liverpool.
Yes.
People throw stones at a taxi. No shit.
You told me, didn't you see something pretty bad as well?
Some guy on a bike with a baseball bat pulled up to some other guy, just threatened to hit him.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, yeah, it's a hellhole out there. Cities are hellholes, all of them.
Yes.
All of them. There's a bit. There's a part in all cities.
But 80s Thatcherite Britain up north is pretty grimdark.
Very grim.
Anyway, so Wednesday, May the 25th, there's growing evidence overnight there have been 2 nuclear explosions in the Middle East.
Right.
Unions call for a strike to put pressure on the government. Police snatch the speakers, and a telling point as well is that art is being removed from the gallery. So you can save art, but you can't save people.
I did find
that painting's worth so many human lives.
It's an interesting scene in filmmaking in terms of you could see the sort of, I assume, the gallery manager and an employee sort of calmly taking these works of art down off the walls, putting them on a trolley type thing, but you could hear outside the rioting chaos, you know, and they were still in this calm, quiet gallery, you know, and I do remember thinking, well, it's kind of pointless if it's all going to go to shit. Or, well, maybe I don't know, did I think that, or looking back, do I think that? Because I don't know if I realised, because I thought I might have seen this, but this isn't what I was thinking of this movie. I was thinking of The Day After, I think, the American one. You know,
the day
one
after,
the
day after tomorrow. There's the day
is
after.
It called? It's not the modern Hollywood
it's
thing.
The day after. Then,
it's an American TV movie, similar type thing, but not quite as. That's what I was thinking of. I hadn't seen this, and I don't think I really thought of how the levels of destruction we would get to, shall we say, without getting ahead. Look, guys, it's about nuclear war. things blow up.
Yeah,
so saving the art.
Saving the art
does seem slightly, when you look back on it.
Well, it's it's wonderful. Oh yeah, let's save the art. I can see the value of it because you know you're nothing as a species without your collective achievements, right? So I get that. Let's save some art, but at the same time,
let's save people first.
Let's save people first, and secondly, if there's anyone left around alive, what's that art going to achieve? Apart from when the aliens show up to look over the blasted edge of it, oh look at that, they could paint.
Well, yes, I thought it was a good scene, but ultimately pointless, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because those Gary people, they're dead.
Yeah. They ain't going to go down there with their artwork, are they?
No, they're very dead.
Actually, they might have a good cellar down there. That's a possibility.
You never know, but even then they're fucked. They're dead.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
But the chief executive of the city moves to the shelter, which is underneath the council building. Emergency HQs are being set up and around the country in town halls and civil centres. And then this is where you start getting civil defence advice coming on the TV. There's a lot of footage of people crowding around the local.
Yeah.
And what were we there? Comet, probably, in the 80s. TV shop.
Yeah.
Rumbelows, all the TVs in the country.
Wow.
All the TVs for sale. And when you hear the attack warning, you and your family must take cover at once. Do not stay out of doors, and if you are caught in the open, lie down. Now, I remember being given a very old NBC booklet when I was in the reserves, and it was like it was one of them ones that was left from the 80s, and it was stolen, someone gave it me.
Cold War.
And it was a very Cold War, and one of the things was, should a nuclear bomb go off on the battlefield, lie down with your head facing away from the blast and tuck your hands under your body.
So they'll set on fire.
Yeah, presuming you're even still in sort of full-on NBC gear, that's your advice. That's not going to work. And I remember reading it and thinking, why don't you just fucking stand there and take it like you said? Cause
fucked.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you didn't put your hands out, you survived, but your hands were out like that. You didn't tuck them under you like the advice
You
says.
end up with like stumps.
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say worse than stumps. Like the flesh is blasted off, but you've got these from the wrist down. Like the skeleton just hangs there.
Oh yeah, you
with a few,
skeleton hands.
with a few sinews holding it together.
It's a nickname you don't want.
Sinew
Skelly
hands.
hands.
Skeleton, just looking at your own useless fucking skeletal hands. Like fuck, why didn't I tuck them under my belly? God, I wish I died in the blast. But to be fair, you'll bleed out if all the flesh from your hands
it's
is
cauterised.
gone.
It's intense heat. Yeah, it's.
You're forever known as skeleton.
There's literally no fucking hope in this situation at all, isn't there? Even my fucking skelly hands are going to keep me alive because they were cauterized. Bastards!
You maniacs! You blew it up! I've got skeleton hands!
You can't even make a fist.
You can't just hold. You're clenching.
They're flopping
You're
around.
flopping your own. You're trying to snap your own skeleton hands into position so you can clench your fist and hold your arm up.
Oh, God!
I'll be trying to snap it into a wanking grip, but nothing else to fucking do.
That'd be a sight, wouldn't it? Walking past some guy with a wanky skeleton hand.
Nothing else to do, mate. Nothing else to do.
To be honest, I'd probably just try and avoid eye contact, but nod at him in a sort of like, I know, mate, I know, I understand. Oh,
I mean, like that dude from Pompeii.
Wanking in the apocalypse. That's going to be a song.
That was almost reggae again.
Yeah, that's why I did it that way.
Anyway, so back to the film.
Okay.
Things are starting to sink in more now with the population. The people are starting to realise how serious this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And fire engines are deployed to safety, which I suppose makes sense.
To protect them.
Take all your fire engines away because you might need them again soon. You don't want them taken out in the first blast, do you?
Nope.
Probably they'll never come back because there's not enough fuel for them. That's not the point. There's some shiny fire engines stored somewhere.
A lot of water in them.
There is.
And hunky firemen.
As long as the firemen survive, that's...
They're not going to fuck you, you got skeleton hands.
Unless one's got a kink for skeleton hands.
I always loved Skeletor as a kid. Can you do the voice?
No, wank me off.
He's holding a fire axe to my throat.
No, wank me off. Oh!
Do the laugh. Oh, God. Oh, we do paint a lovely visual there.
This is like
A word picture.
A more nightmarish scenario.
It's still not as depressing as this fucking film.
Let's go to Thursday, May 26th.
So I honestly kept thinking while I was watching it this morning, why am I doing... I'd said to Ben in a text, I can literally hear the sounds of joy and laughter coming from downstairs. It was like, my missus and the kids are playing with all the birthday gifts that came yesterday, new toys. And there I am lying on the bed with my one earphone in. What's this? Why am I doing this? I was thinking, could I blag my way through it tonight? Possibly. Just read like the cliff notes, basically. You know. But no, I watched the entire nearly 2-hour depressing marathon. Thank you, Mike. But I feel it's important. It's public service, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it is, like we said, the most scientifically realistic portrayal of the actual effects
Yeah.
of nukes.
It's an experience to watch.
Thank you for the experience.
Yeah.
Look what it's done to fucking Ben.
The point I'm contacting my council to ask what can I do when I near a civilian bunker.
He's gone full Alex.
Oh man, you should never go full Alex.
Oh, you've made us all painfully aware of our own mortality. I know that. Anyway,
I couldn't help it. This thing buried itself into my psyche.
Man, the way it opens up, we didn't
I
even
actually had a couple of
mention...
dreams about it. It was fucking...
I did. I told you guys on a previous episode I had a nuke dream after... Because remember we discussed on a previous episode the windows coming in.
Yeah.
If they attack Birmingham, we're 45 minutes away in Telford as we record. And you were telling me that the windows would come in. That buried its way into my psyche and I had that dream of a bomb going off in the distance. And a bit like Threads, actually, a bit prophetic, it's a bit weird, of just scratching around in the rubble, basically, just like, fuck, what was that? So, yeah, I do understand what's happened. I was going to say something else and I've lost it, but, right at the start of the movie,
Yeah.
the title, Threads, is explained. In a good bit of writing, it starts with a shot of the spider, doesn't it, weaving a web, and then explains how our entire society is essentially dependent upon these threads of supply and services and people providing things for each other, but it's all incredibly fragile. And as soon as a few threads, certain threads are starting to pulled out, or the other threads start to ping and lose their, and start to break,
They say
society falls to
they
pieces.
do say we're 3 meals away from a revolution, aren't they?
There you go, yeah.
We're 2 days away from the fucking sky going out for a revolution, more like nowadays.
But we're a little bit further away from it, thanks to Saint Donny, baby, and his magical hair. You know, he tickled Kim's bumhole with his hair because he can command it with his mind.
Can he?
And he was like, Kim, if this don't convince you to calm the fuck down, nothing will. Bend over and drop that weird pyjama suit thing you're wearing.
Did you see that amazing video that he made for him?
No.
Did you not see it?
No.
He made a movie trailer.
Oh, because Kim loves movies.
Yeah.
Donald made a movie
You
trailer.
have to watch it later, man. It's hilarious.
Coming soon, the greatest movie.
It's like, oh, I won't say anything. You have to watch it, but it is brilliant.
Okay.
It's genius.
Maybe we could watch it live on the show.
Maybe.
If you want to.
We'll
Part
see
of
how we
the
go.
news or something. Anyway, we should really try and get through the plot of this movie. The bombs haven't even gone off yet.
No. Thursday, May 26th. And then
Spoilers!
More advice being given out. If anyone dies in your fallout room, move the body to another room and label the body with name and address. Cheerful stuff. Why bother labelling it?
Or bury it, didn't it say as well? Mark the...
Yeah, mark the spot if you're going to bury it. And
Essentially, it was
why?
so... It's so...
Who gives a shit at that
so
point?
they can, if there's anybody left at the end, they can find out.
You know, trying to give you some...
Well, if the 5 days, they say, if you've had the body in there for 5 days, get it outside, bury it, mark the spot. Again, I don't see why. I mean,
it was chilling. We
why don't
touched
you
on
eat
it.
because it's irradiated.
The Britishness of this entire movie. You know, we were saying it makes it even more grim because it's set in the working class north, but it was kind of chilling the sort of official voice. You know, the official government advice in the BBC voice, but being so blasé about, you know, having the body in your home. You know, well, it's the body of a fucking loved one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, please cover the body in, you know, plastic paper or something. Essentially, telling you it's going to go toxic and fucking kill you. Get it out of the house if you can. Wow. Yeah, imagine that coming from the Radio 4. Do you know what I mean? You'd at that point really start to be taking things extremely... You should be, shouldn't you?
Well,
Radio 4 starts talking like that. If the body has been in the home more than 5 days, you must remove the body and...
Bury it outside and mark the grave.
Yeah.
But this is when people are starting to plan their refuge rooms and their inner rooms. And if you're lucky enough to have a basement, you've got a damn sight better chance of survival than you have if you're living in a house without one. More emergency powers are granted and non-essential phones are disconnected. So at this point, your house phone's gone.
Yeah.
It's non-essential.
Your own government's cutting you off. And I found the bit I found chilling because as a driver, as a living, that's what I do. I may have mentioned before. The bit where the policeman sort of tells them on the road, like, no, this road is for official only. Turn around, maybe you can get on this junction. If not, the advice is go home, mate. The police are literally telling you you're not free anymore. You're not free to drive where you want to drive. I found that very chilling because you don't think of that when you watch the Hollywood version of this disaster movie and that. You don't think of the actual reality, do you, of the government's official sort of bodies and those types of things just turning on the people essentially to protect themselves.
The army and the police. And the
I'd have wanted to be in the army in this scenario because none of them fuckers look like they're starving.
Well, that's because as we see, they're going around executing people and stealing their food.
But still, better than scrounging living in the streets.
And still, both of those options, a lot worse than just dying in the initial blast.
Yes.
As I keep going back to. And I'm praying to, not God because I don't believe in him, but Aleister Crowley and his sex magic. When I have orgasm in future, I will think of dying in the initial blast, and then it will become true.
That's not an orgasm you want.
Well, you know, at least I'm not going to be scratting around eating radioactive raw
You're
lamb.
going to be making love to your beautiful lady.
Yep.
And at the moment of release, you're going to screw your eyes tight and visualise yourself dying in a nuclear fireball.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you just... Wouldn't you arguably bring that into being for the rest of us who aren't be so lucky?
Well, that's the power of my orgasm.
And also, then you'll probably start sobbing uncontrollably. Or do you do that anyway?
Well, sometimes. It
He says that we've taken it badly.
Yeah.
I just spent 5 hours on a YouTube rabbit hole watching nuclear explosions. You're contemplating a whole future where every time you come, you're visualising dying in a nuclear fireball.
It's not that weird. Hear me out. You know in movies when someone ejaculates, you know, they can't show it, so they usually show like a sequence of fireworks.
Champagne going off.
Yeah, and all that stuff. But just change that imagery for A-bombs going off and mustard crowd. You know, and it's great. It's magic.
Okay.
Moving on.
Take your word for it.
Leona, did you shout mushroom last night? Nope.
Take me down and be my ball. Oh.
I don't want skeleton arms.
Skeleton hands!
Yeah. Well, that's how that goes, and
Well, you'll know because you'll get a fucking nuke in the face.
yeah.
So will everyone
Unless
else.
I get called back up to the reserve and put in a bunker.
And then you go around shooting children so you can eat their beans.
I've always got that option, I suppose. It's nice to have options. Anyway, them beans are for me. Those little fuckers can't
We
even speak
forgot your ruling class now, officer class.
Those little fuckers can't even speak properly at this point. Yeah, pretty much. It's like they're basically a mutant, yes.
Yeah.
Basically a mutant.
And as you hold the gun to their temple, you say, "What you gonna cook 'em on, you daft fucking gun?" Kadoosh, kadoosh. And then,
There's only about 2 rounds at that range.
well, you're a sick fuck, so you'd do it anyway, wouldn't you?
I was gonna eat them cold.
Well, I've got a cooker.
Exactly, back at the barracks, fucking gas on tap. Kadoosh, kadoosh. Yeah, you'd be one of them, you jack-booted fascist. Only joking.
Not really though, eh?
Well, yeah. There's a grain of truth.
Well,
No,
I'm
I'm joking.
just pointing out that, you know...
Well, you're the
basically-
only one of the three of us who's going to be actually recruited, because what the fuck, me and Mike have got no history with the
That's
army.
true,
really.
yeah, so they'll probably call me up again, so... Unless it happens after 45, I'm on the reserve list and I'm 45. I'm really hoping nothing kicks off for then.
Well, it's not looking likely, Ben. You got fucking
No.
10 years odd to go, haven't you?
Yeah, 10 years, yeah.
Ooh.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, at this point, this is where the attack phone rings. And it is literally brown trousers time.
Yep.
There's nukes in the air. The sirens start to wail. And at 08:35, a single warhead explodes high above the North Sea. The energy pulse, the EMP, burns out most of the electrical systems.
You see the communications cables exploding and things.
And it affects the North Sea oil rigs as well, of course. They'll all be powerless and
Oh, they'd probably explode, wouldn't they?
possibly major fires caused on those. Well, probably. Massive damage to communications across Britain and Northwest Europe. And then at 08:37, the first missile silo hits NATO military targets. Sheffield is included because of the RAF base, and literally every window in the city is gone. The winds howl through and a mushroom cloud spirals into the sky. The crowd is still running around. There's a great shot of a woman who literally just pisses herself onto
Yeah.
the street.
Yeah.
Completely understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the sirens are wailing. Them sirens at this point haven't been heard for 40 years.
Mm.
And this is actually another point that I wanted to find out from the council. It's like, well, what early warning system have you got? Are we?
A Facebook update.
Yeah, is there going to be a Facebook update? Are you going to text me?
Hashtag apocalypse smiley face.
Devil
Good luck.
horns.
Good luck, winky face.
Sorry, we did nothing to prepare this, and then that little blushing face. Oh, sorry, we did nothing to prepare.
and then the poo.
Hopefully there'll be a little mushroom cloud emoji.
Yeah, that's what it'll be.
Oh man. And then somebody writes, "Inbox me, hun."
You okay, hon? Do you want to talk about
You
it?
okay, hun? No. The
No, but
bomb's
skeleton
coming. Can we pause it there? Sorry, guys.
And we are back. So we left with the first missile salvo hitting NATO military targets.
What was the yield?
80 megatons fall on the UK in that first exchange. There's 80 million tons worth of explosives. A mushroom cloud spirals into the sky in the distance of Sheffield. The civil defence staff are trying to frantically plot the attacks. The blast radius, ground or air burst, and blast yields are estimated, but communications are pretty fucked in all fairness. They can't really get through even on radio because that would be disrupted by the EMP given off by the nukes.
Ah,
Yeah.
lovely.
Jimmy's family are desperately trying to reinforce the refuge room, which has a window at the back of it, which is not the best place for a refuge room.
No.
Commander controlling's failed. Jimmy desperately tries to get to Ruth, but it ain't happening. His car won't start, and you never see him again.
Yeah.
No.
He tries to make it on foot, and he's never seen again.
Yeah. Bless him.
The nuclear exchange escalates to priority economic targets, communications, energy, steel, and chemicals. Which, if you're not familiar, Sheffield has the last 3 and 4. Well, the last 4 in abundance. The main blast hits residential areas and people begin to burn from the heat. Before the blast wave hits, houses literally just explode.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what happens when a bomb drops.
Yeah?
This is 100 kiloton. The first 3 kilometres, a radioactive fireball hotter than the sun.
Yep.
Wow.
Everyone dead.
Okay.
5 kilometres, the majority die from blast injuries, asphyxiation or radiation sickness.
Yep. Yeah, makes sense.
10 kilometres, 50% die from trauma or burns,
Wow.
others to fire and radiation sickness. And 80 kilometres,
Wow.
radioactive fallout spreads, thousands die from radioactive sickness and later on cancers.
Yeah, I've got the symptoms
Wow.
of radiation sickness on later on. The old East-West exchange is 3,000 megatons,
Okay.
which is light compared to what could have happened.
Still enough to fucking.
Oh, it's it's still not to fucking, but it's limited in a way.
Oh, good on it.
I think I said megaton, didn't I? So
Yeah.
100 kiloton this
Oh,
was.
kiloton. Well, an average of 550 to 800 kiloton warheads. The Soviet SS-25 would have been the Soviet Union's weapons of choice. They were the ones you could mount on the trucks, as we said earlier. Depending on ground burst or air burst is depending on damage done and fallout. An air burst gives off less fallout than a ground burst.
Right.
Air burst is what you use if you want your guys to go in and mop up later on.
Okay.
So, but these are probably ground bursts because they're not going to
Well, they
invade
just-
what's left.
And they destroyed the whole.
And they
city.
know that they're getting some back as well, let's face it, it's an exchange. Now, potentially, I found on Nuke Map, 32 of these missiles landing on Britain would render the island uninhabitable.
Oh.
So each one of these has 550 to 800 kilotons of destructive force. 32 of them, this country is a radiation blasted wilderness.
Like
And
in the movie.
Only the rich surviving in their bunkers and
Yeah.
very few other people.
So I'll tell you what they say officially.
Yeah.
1,000 nuclear weapon war, which is only 5% of global stockpile,
Yeah.
would render the planet uninhabitable. 1 billion at risk from famine, and modern civilization ends with 100 Hiroshima-sized weapons. With a limited nuclear war, we'll have 10% less sunlight, sudden global cooling, shorter growing seasons, increasing food prices, millions starve, infectious disease epidemics,
Yeah,
conflict over scarce resources,
of course.
and if all the global nuclear arsenal was used, it'd be a 45% global reduction in rainfall, average surface temperature cools -7 to -8, and the last ice age was -5.
Wow. According to Nuke Map as well,
Just let that sink in.
so Telford,
Yeah.
right?
Home sweet home.
We've got a population of about pushing 200,000 now.
Okay.
So if one of those banged down smack in the centre of Telford, you're looking at an estimated 26,430 instant fatalities, with 44,000 injuries. Those aren't the fallout effects taken into account. Fireball radius will be 2.45 kilometres, the air blast radius 6.5 kilometres, and third degree burns radius 11 kilometres. So take the centre of town, the town centre, shopping centre in the middle, smack in the middle of Telford. Well, we're dead straight away because we're quite close to that. Where I live, I'm dead. Guys, you're a bit further out. You might just get the air blast radius, but 6 kilometres out.
But I'm right by the military.
Oh, that'd be taken out first, wouldn't
They
it?
would go to the shopping centre, wouldn't they? They go
No, but
military.
I'm just taking it as after
If it landed
after
in
the
the
military target's taken out, they're going to the secondary target.
Gotcha.
So we got quite a bit of industry centred around the shopping centre in that sort of region. Yeah, so Gaz, you're getting taken out in the first blast, mate.
Well, that's what I want.
Oh, that's a surface blast. That was an airburst. A surface blast, you go higher, 69,000 casualties straight away, 49,000 injuries, but a slightly smaller fireball air blast and radiation radius. But you're still getting burns at 9 kilometres out. But still, we're all dead. In the film, 2/3 of homes are within the fire zones. Flaming houses, rubble, firestorms and winds. Survivors will be trapped under rubble, and at this point fallout is imminent. Firefighting and rescue attempts are unlikely because of the massive radiation that's being given out.
And everything's rubble. There's no roads.
So
there's
what?
no clear paths.
No, you can't get to where the fire is. Although that might act as a blessing because the rubble stream might act as fire breaks, which might stop it spreading.
It could be a good thing.
Nuclear fallout, have we discussed what that is?
No, go on.
Tell us, Ben, what is nuclear fallout?
All the from a ground burst and an air burst to a lesser extent, all that dust and dirt and mud and rubble and wreckage has been vaporised into small particles, is then blasted up into the air as part of the mushroom cloud, and then settles a couple of days later. Becomes radioactive because of all the unused radioactive isotopes. And then flutters back to Earth, and you breathe it in, and it gets into the food and the water, and
fantastic.
It stays
burns the fur off the
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you got 14 days effectively
before the
fallout.
Yeah, what do you call it? Decays.
Well, 14 days to it.
That's why you got to have 14 days worth of food and everything.
But what's the point?
You can't go outside for 14 days.
Can you imagine sitting there eating your fucking cold beans?
Well, you've got to go outside if someone's dead in there. They've been there for more than 5 days. You've got to
you chuck them outside.
Spit them outside, haven't you?
Well, you just chuck them, didn't you? I'm not
Out the window.
I ain't hanging around digging a hole for them, am I?
I wouldn't want to prolong my life. I don't know. Just eat your cold beans, looking out the window at the rubble.
Well, you're not looking out a window.
Oh, yeah, looking out the smashed window.
You shouldn't be anywhere near a window.
No.
God.
I've got an airing cupboard, that's all I've got.
Eating your cold beans in the air.
With your cat in the
What sort of life is that? Your cat with all its burnt off
2 weeks.
The cat scratching your face off while you sleep after a fortnight because it's gone stir crazy.
What choice have you got?
Let the cat out.
Kill yourself.
But saying that, I've got...
Is that...
Asphyxiate yourself.
Well, you just gotta think you've got to survive for 14 days.
Well, I'm going out with an asphyxia wank.
Just get a fucking extension cable.
That's what I'm going out with. I'm going to tie to the back of the door handle in the brunch of the cupboard and just hang myself off it and jack off and hope that I die. I'm going out happy at least.
And then
Michael Hutchins. And then it's going out Michael Hutchins style.
3 weeks later, when the recovery crews and the government's actually got its shit together, and they come round to rescue everybody and put us on the magical life ships that we didn't know about, and there's Ben's still erect corpse with his head against the fucking wardrobe door,
and a very skinny dog because I'm not leaving him outside. A very skinny blindfolded dog. I'm not letting him watch me wank.
The poor dogs.
Well, that's the thing, pets as well. I mean, Mike's I'll take my cat in the airing cupboard. Eventually, Chester's going to go stir crazy and scratch the shit out of you.
And then you've got eating your dead lips.
Then you've got infection to worry about as well as everything else.
Well,
he's got a cat box. Stick him in there.
Oh yeah, you'll love that. So
about every sort of 5 minutes, every.
Yeah, as if you're going to get him back into that cat box. Right, so back to the film. The civil defence bunker is in complete disarray. Phones and radios are dead or static. Cities in ruins. But Ruth's parents do have a basement, and that does increase your chance of survival. The civil defence bunker is getting sporadic radio reception from the police. But they're trying to say, let's get out there and try and help people. And he's like, well, no, you can't. The radiation's too strong, you can't get out there. And an hour and 25 minutes after the attack, the first fallout dust settles on the city.
Yeah.
This level attack has broken most of the windows in Britain, and most roofs are also gone. The survivors are starting to get radiation.
Just take a moment to comprehend that. Most windows in Britain. Not a specific city, just every city, every town, every village. All the windows blown in.
Yep.
Roof's gone. Fuck. That's devastation on a scale that I don't really want to. Hiding in the bath's not going to achieve
What the
much,
Japanese
is it?
actually suffered through in
Yeah.
1945.
Of course.
Yeah, but come on. This is us we're talking about. We're special. They put great in front of the Britain. We're
Those
great.
Japanese, they knew what was coming when they wouldn't surrender, Mike.
It ended the war, didn't it? I don't
At what
know
cost?
They did. Well, it unleashed the
what
nuclear
cost?
genie from the bottle, I suppose.
You should have said that like a Hollywood movie, Mike. But at what cost? And looked
Yeah.
off into the distance.
But I do maintain that,
Oh.
you know, end of the war, well, might kill 500,000 Japanese, but we're estimating 1 million casualties on the day of the invasion.
And maybe
Better that they
perversely-
die than we die is what they would have been thinking.
Maybe perversely, in a weird way, that might actually be true, but not necessarily nice, is that having dropped those bombs, we got an idea of the effects, and that's what stopped anyone dropping any since
Yeah.
on people.
Play
Anyway,
this video, it's only a couple of minutes
Well,
long.
can I give you these symptoms for radiation poisoning
Yeah.
and then we'll play it? Nausea and vomiting, spontaneous bleeding, and that is from every orifice, the nose, the mouth, the gums, the rectum, Jap's eye.
fingernails.
I said Jap's eye, we're doing about Hiroshima. Bloody diarrhea, sloughing off of skin, as in you might have a bit of a scratch and
And then a chunk
it all
out.
comes off.
Oh, Jesus.
Hair loss, I haven't got much to worry about there myself.
Hey,
Severe fatigue and mouth ulcers.
so I won't look like Donald Trump's son anymore.
No, you always have a Well,
See,
face-
we found some
well,
hope.
well,
You have
face-
skeleton dances, you know.
You have tiny hands.
Don't take away the one bit of hope we found, Mike.
You just have it facially.
No flesh, but I won't look like it's. They just tell me I look like Donald Trump's son. Who's laughing now?
Well, should we listen to a Hiroshima survivor's harrowing account?
Why not?
Why not? It's been pretty harrowing so far.
It's been a total joy fest, yeah.
Well, like you say, this is the only evidence we have.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
At 8 a.m., we started the morning assembly. The major who was responsible was girls, a group of 30 girls, giving us the pep talk. You girls, you got the sufficient training. This is the day you start, demonstrating your loyalty to the emperor. Do your very best. We said, yes, sir, we will. And at that moment, in the window, I saw the bluish white flash all over. And the next thing I remember is just floating up in the air. The blast generated by the detonation was flattened all the building in the city, and the building I was in was falling. When I regained the consciousness, I found myself in the total darkness and silence. I tried to move my body, but I couldn't, so I knew I was faced with death. Then, suddenly, I started hearing my classmates' voices. Mother, help me. God, help me. Brother, I'm here. So I knew I was surrounded by my friends.
Or bits of
In the
them.
dark, I just crawled out, and I managed to come to the opening. And 2 other girls managed to come out, so 3 of us, out of about 30 girls. And the woman's hair was just standing up, upward, and everybody was covered with blood and burned and blackened and swollen, and skin and the flesh were hanging from their bones. Parts of the bodies were missing. Some were carrying their own eyeballs.
Oh my God.
Carrying their own eyeballs.
We have waited 70 years. That's how I feel. And it's too long, too dangerous. The sooner we get rid of them, the safer the humanity would be.
Oh, she's got a point.
Yeah, fucking holding your own eyeballs. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. Who's doing that shit?
People who sneeze with their eyes open.
Yeah, true.
Is that just a myth, or is
I don't know. Apparently so. Something to do with the pressure.
It
I believe,
can, yeah.
I believed it to be true when I was at
I've
school.
heard it, yeah. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that.
I've never tried to do it, in all fairness. I had the fear that my eyes will pop out.
Yeah, well, that was harrowing, and
Yeah.
as we've joked, our jokes were kind of true, that yes, your flesh would be hanging off, bits of you would be missing. Wonderful.
Yeah, and this sort
Just-
of Damocles hangs over our head.
Yeah, but like I said, I suppose in a sick, perverse way, it's, those Japanese people's horrific suffering is probably the reason why I hopefully will never have to experience what happens in Threads. Although you've now got me... The fact that you went down the rabbit hole, Ben, and got freaked out by this one, which usually me... This might make you laugh. Quote from my lovely lady, the owner.
Right.
I explained to her what the film was and the fact that it's notoriously one of the most depressing movies there is, and I've left it to the last minute. I need to fit it in this weekend somehow.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Are you sure you want to watch it on your own? You do get upset." So yeah.
I was hoping she was going to say, but if that stalwart Ben gets freaked out by this,
Let's see, but my point was,
then you're going to freak the fuck out, my love.
that was basically what she was saying, yes. But the fact that you went down the rabbit hole, and the fact that Mike's revealed now that he does actually make sure there are tins in the cupboard in case the fucking nuke's fall. Every time I open the tin cupboard, I'm going to think there should be more in there. And next time we go and do the weekly shop, Leona B's going to be like, that's a lot of all-in-one breakfasts. In fact, it's 306 cans.
I'm going to live on all day fucking breakfast in the apocalypse.
You'll be living like an apocalypse king.
All day breakfast.
Full English in the apocalypse. All in one can. Do you know what? Oh, if Aldi was open on the way home, I'd fucking go and get one of them.
It might still be.
They're so awfully good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're wrong, but they're so right.
I once bought Mike a can of all day breakfast for his birthday. I think it was the best birthday present I've ever given him. I went, oh, here's Mike's birthday. I'm in the shop buying beer. All day breakfast in a can. He'll love that.
I used to buy when I went to festivals, live off them.
Yeah. Oh, well, and you'll be living off them in the Apocalypse Festival.
Yeah. Should we move to the attack day plus 1 week?
Okay, what's happening a week later?
Food stocks are controlled by the central government representatives and guarded by armed men, soldiers, police, and anyone in a uniform, really. Traffic wardens.
Right. So why I have TW on my hand. I have TW written on my hand for the listener. The one part of this film I found more chilling than anything else, due to a recent real-life experience with a aforementioned traffic warden, which resulted in me sort of cutting my nose off to spite my own face, as if you get a parking ticket, basically, lads, it says on the parking ticket, if you pay within 7 days, it costs £35. If you leave it, or maybe 14 days, if you leave it longer than that, it's £70.
Yeah.
I cost myself the extra bit. It's going to cost me £70 because I tried to be rational in the situation and asked the traffic warden, as he'd written me the ticket and printed it off, a rational question of, where do I park next time? I have to deliver to this place weekly. It's a new place. Where can I park? And he must be so used to being given shit that he went instantly from 0 to nuclear.
Wow.
He gave me the attitude and started, giving me shit, which resulted in me throwing the ticket physically into his face. That's why it's going to cost me 70 quid, because I don't have the ticket to send off and pay. So what happens is, not that I've experienced this before, but I tried to not pay one.
Of course not.
They know who the van's registered to and they photographed it, and you just get a letter through the post a few months later. So anyway, traffic wardens. hate the cunts.
Well, they are considered the most petty and small-minded of all government officials in uniform.
Oh, the last thing I said to this man was, I'm proud to say, you want to try fucking working for a living? Definitely called him Little Hitler at one point. Anyway, I hate the cunts.
But now they've got guns.
Yeah, that's my point. In this film, the idea of a fucking traffic warden being deputised and given fucking, like, martial fucking powers and a fucking gun, there's nothing, I can't think of anything more terrifying. You tell one of those little Jobsworth, Little Hitler fucking short man syndrome wankers that they've suddenly got fucking powers and hand them a shotgun. That, my friend, is the scariest part of this film. Fuck me. That bothered me.
Actually, it's a Sterling submachine gun.
Exactly! A fucking machine gun! And he acts like a cunt in the film, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, yeah. He bats the people
You
away
see?
from the fence. Yeah.
Power-hungry little bastard. You telling me that every traffic warden in the world doesn't look at actual police and people like that and think, oh, it'd be fucking great to be one of them. You know, to have actual powers. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
So, yeah. Fuck the traffic wardens.
Yeah.
Fuck the system.
Yeah, massively.
So, Ruth and her family have made it down to their cellar. And they've actually got enough food. There's Ruth, her parents, and her elderly grandmother. But it is tightly rationed. They're sharing a can of beans between the four of them. And the cat. No, the cat's eating at this point.
They're not sharing the cat around, they're not eating it, they're sharing the beans.
No, they're sharing the beans
cat.
around.
Right,
No, the
I
cat's
follow you.
eating.
I follow you.
beans.
They're doing the fucking apocalypse.
They'll eat,
They're gonna fucking...
they'll eat your face in the apocalypse, mate. That's
My cat likes mushy peas. So honestly,
That's the most British cat. Mushy peas, yeah. Oh.
Ruth begins to have a bit of a breakdown because she
As
realises
you do in the apocalypse.
Jimmy's probably already dead, and father of a child, loves him.
Yeah.
Jimmy's parents are slowly dying of radiation poisoning due to the fact they couldn't get a fucking proper panic room going. And I'm suspecting at this point, as I'm watching it, the living are envying the dead.
Yes.
In all fairness, as you said,
They should be.
I'm suspecting they are.
They should be. They've been released into the magical infinity of the cosmos. You know, they've become one with the stardust from which we came. And you're fucking scratting about in the rubble looking for a fucking dead rat to chew on. I mean, fuck.
An irradiated dead rat that's going to kill you for eating it.
What do I do? Do I die of the radiant? You know, you've got to choose between dying of starvation or eating something that'll fucking kill you in the long run anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, what a choice, man.
And we got the civil defence bunk at this point, and the chief exec is arguing with his staff about releasing food. And one of the quotes from this point is, what's the point? They're only going to die anyway. It's not enough to go around as it is.
It's a cold, hard logic,
It is.
but you can't really fucking argue
You
with it,
can't,
can you?
no, and that's the problem. Survivors are massing, they're wanting food, they've all got severe radiation poisoning. Ruth's grandmother has died. Ruth has also just left the shelter as well, because she's like, oh, fuck this, I'm out of here. So attack day plus 10. The city is in ruins, the fires have gone out, the radio does kind of work now. People are starting to emerge, they're shell-shocked, they're possibly insane. There's charred corpses everywhere, there's a woman cradling a dead child, we've already seen an E.T. doll burning horribly, and that kind of a bit tragic. Like E.T.'s alright. And then it comes up on the screen there, a 3,000 megaton exchange, sorry. The smoke produces 100 million tonnes, and the dust lifted into the atmosphere is 500 million tonnes of radioactive dust. The dust is propelled in the atmosphere. Where it hangs, it shuts out heat and light from the sun, and it gets dark and very cold. A drop of 25 degrees, and in Britain that's in hot countries. In Britain, it's freezing or below pretty much constantly.
On the plus side, it's going to feel pretty nice for your burns, isn't it? To be able to dip them in some
because
snow.
there'll be a cold, biting wind driving into your exposed third degree burns. That's down to the bone.
So, I know I'm not a scientist, but imagine...
skeleton hands.
Well, imagine you're covered in horrible burns and boils and horrific pain, you see some snow because of the drop in temperature, and you think, oh, it's going to feel great to dip my arm in that.
But it's radioactive.
It's acid fucking rain snow, isn't it? So it's like, oh God!
And then you end up with skeleton arms, skeleton hands.
Jesus, even the snow is evil.
Yeah, snow can never be evil.
Bastards!
Bloody hell! Right.
Did we mention that what the bloody hell it's reference to is? There's a scene of a very British man.
As the bomb drops.
Yeah, sat on the toilet.
Finishes up.
Yeah, he sees the orange glare in the distance and quite literally stands from his shitter and says, bloody hell!
How incredibly British.
The only thing that could have made it more British is if he had a cuppa in his hand at the time. Dropped his cuppa, bloody hell!
Everyone loves a cup of tea on the shitter.
Fuck me, that is one of the very few pure joys in this life. A cuppa on the shitter.
And a fag if you can.
Oh, now you're talking my language.
Did you mention the doors that they took the doors off, didn't they?
They took the doors off to
makeshift
try and make the shelter.
Didn't fucking help much.
No,
did it?
That's
because-
government advice, that is.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it kept them alive, didn't it? But just in a horrible state.
Well, it kept them alive
It's
for
meant to
less than
shelter
14 days. It's
meant to shelter them from radiation.
yeah. The fact is they had a window behind them.
What you need to
didn't
do is
help,
you need
'cause
to-
when the bomb did drop, Jimmy's mum kind of set on fire in the heat.
Yeah.
There was
That
explosions.
was a fun scene, wasn't it?
Yeah,
As her
Remember that
husband
one?
desperately tried to put her out.
yeah.
You've
Well,
got
she
to take-
did.
You've got to take the door off.
Mm.
Yeah, you got to get a ton of earth
Right.
in black bin bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the children will come in useful for the collecting of the
You
ton
take
of
that, put them in bin bags, line up against the door, put a mattress in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's your shelter. And you got to do that.
In the 10 minutes,
Yeah.
from the the
4
sirens
minutes.
going off.
4 minutes. 4-minute warning.
Claw at the earth with your hands.
Throwing handfuls of soil at a fucking... Because you couldn't get the living room door off in time, you managed to get the door off your shitty IKEA fucking wardrobe. And you're throwing handfuls of soil out of the plant pot at it.
And in the meantime, that terrifying wailing air raid siren is going off. You've already shit yourself. So you're doing it with some slightly warm feces in your pants, which you're not going to have time to change. So you're going to be sitting in your own shit for 14 days. Because I guarantee you that you never thought to put a spare pair of trousers behind that fucking wardrobe door that you just propped up against that mattress. It's either that or you're going commando through the apocalypse, which I might do.
Oh,
I
man.
think I will. I went commando through download. I'm going commando through the apocalypse.
Seriously, that is the British government's official advice. Now, in Switzerland, you've got your own private bunker. We've got the door and the mattress.
Exactly, this is Britain, everything's a fucking shit show. It's not fair to compare us to Switzerland. Fucking hell.
I think there's
Aren't you a bit
actually.
concerned though that we've got nothing?
I do think.
Even Russia have got communal
They
bunkers.
do, but I
for,
think
for the population.
with Switzerland there's an ulterior motive because they have a citizen army, don't they? Every male in Switzerland between like 20 and 45 has an assault rifle and 2 magazines full of ammunition at home, locked up securely. They're at a minute's notice to go. They can go right. Get me your uniform on. Get me your rifle. I'm out the door. Switzerland's been attacked. Now, if you put a bomb shelter to everyone's house,
Yeah.
and then 2 weeks later the Reds come rolling in across the horizon, you know that your standing army is still intact, isn't it? Well,
Makes sense, yeah.
that's my thinking on that. Actually, that was my.
But I'd like to have it, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Rather than the fucking
You know,
mattress.
if you give me an assault rifle and 2 magazines full of ammunition and build me a fucking shelter, I'll defend what's
Well, I
left of
don't
my
even
fucking
need the
house.
gun. I just want the fucking
No,
shelter.
I'll defend what's left of my house if you build me a shelter and give me the ammunition.
Well, all the
I'll
best...
defend what's left.
In
I'll
the
go for that.
apocalypse, all I'm taking from this is that in the apocalypse, all the best porn is still going to come from Switzerland because they'll all be fucking in those bunkers.
Shitloads of
blonde.
amateur bunker porn.
Yeah, amateur beautiful blonde bunker porn. Bunker bukkake!
And all we've got, we're just trying to sit there and wank with our skeleton.
I don't think we're going to be even in the mood for that.
No.
Nah.
You know, first of all, you got to look at your skeleton hands. That's going to put you off. And then
Yeah, but it's going to feel a lot more like somebody else doing it, isn't it?
certainly
Because all
will.
the nerves will be gone, won't they? Talk about dead hand gang. Okay, now.
Yeah, man.
So what happens next in the film?
Attack day plus 11, June the 6th. Ruth finds the remains of Jimmy's house to find his mother dead. The father has left at this point. Crops up again a bit later on. Swapping food for scotch.
Yeah.
Fair play.
No, he swaps cigarettes for scotch.
Cigarette for scotch,
Yeah.
yes. Angry crowds search the food warehouses, and the soldiers, who I couldn't make out the cap badge properly, but they're light infantry, fire tear gas at the starving survivors to keep them away. And they all look quite well fed.
Well, come on. Ben, they're on a BBC made-for-TV budget, you know what I mean?
No, but the soldiers, everyone else looks a
Oh,
bit
I see.
shitty, and the soldiers look quite well fed.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual actors. I was going to say,
No,
they're not
no.
going to ship in
I
like
think
2,000 Ethiopians to
No.
play them.
In the film, like the survivors are all in rags and burned and
Yeah.
horrible, and the soldiers just like, yeah, you're alright.
Mm.
Tear gas, masks on.
Of course they are, they've got tear gas.
At this point, I wrote, the walking wounded swarm zombie-like to the remains of a hospital. Their resources are just hopelessly stretched. Apparently the entire NHS at this point, in 1984, when it was significantly more well-funded, couldn't have coped with a single bomb.
So in the state that it's in,
So in the state that it's in, they've got, I mean,
Zero.
in the film, the floor is awash with blood.
oh, it's horrible,
There's
isn't
no
it?
supplies, there's screams,
They're
there's no
sawing
drugs,
limbs off,
there's-
like medieval
There's
times.
no bandages, there's no medical support. I mean, a doctor with any of those supplies, it might as well just be another bloke.
That was one of the most upsetting scenes, actually, wasn't it? Really. Well, for me, speaking personally, I found, yeah. Just the idea of having no anaesthetic. So there's like somebody holding somebody's mouth, you know.
Leather belt in the mouth,
Yeah.
saw the arm off.
Oh, no, that was it. Not holding the mouth, hacking the limb off, and then somebody else with their bare hands trying to stem the flow of blood. Like, you know, that's how little equipment, and
Yeah,
we were sent back to the medieval times
yeah,
very quickly.
Yep.
absolutely. Back to the civil defence bunker, that's still buried under the remains of the town hall. They don't know if anyone's coming for them. They're trying to get people to come and get them, but you know, they just can't. There's too much going on. And the doctor in there works out a ration: 1,000 calories a day for workers, 500 a day for non-workers. So that's the children and the elderly.
To be fair, 1,000 is only 2,300 calories less than your today's recommended. You know.
2,500 for a man,
Yeah,
2,000 for a
2,000 for a
woman.
woman.
Oh, I thought it was 3,000.
No. No.
I don't know where I got that from. Maybe that's why I'm putting on weight.
I mean, rats are feasting on the dead at this point, which leads you to likely epidemics of cholera, dysentery and typhoid. Looters are roaming the streets, soldiers are shooting the looters. The looters kill Ruth's parents and in turn are shot.
Yeah.
She's not in the bunker, but they go in the house, and you know it's the house from the fact that grandma's dead, wrapped in
Yeah.
bin bags outside, which rats are eating her. And when the soldiers turn up, they're like, oh yeah, there's a couple down there, heads
There's a-
bashed in,
Sorry.
recently bashed in.
There's
Oh,
a rat in me grandma, what am I gonna do?
not sing reggae is what you're going to
As a radioactive rat.
do. And a radio broadcast announces that all able-bodied men, women and children should report for reconstruction duties. How depressing is that? But a survivor who can work gets more food than the ones who can't.
Well, if you
You can't
go,
work, you're getting 500, that's at 1/5.
Yeah. Like, you
Yeah.
can't, well, yeah, exactly. And
well, like he
food-
says in the film, though, those weaker ones who can't work and that are getting less food will inevitably die
Yeah.
quicker and
Yeah.
leave more food.
Survival
for
of the fittest.
Yeah, they'll leave more food for the people who can work and are less weak.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's another ray of hope.
Yeah.
Those infirm, sickly, coughing, weak fuckers over there will soon be fucking rat food.
You're probably looking at some guy sat across and you're thinking, well, he won't last a fucking
Exactly.
couple of days.
More
I'll have
bread
his-
and soup for
I'll
me.
I'll have his potato and soup.
That's it.
You know.
Have his belongings, have his
Yeah.
bags.
If his boots are better than mine, I'm having them.
Yeah,
He's got a nice watch there, I'll have that. Might come in handy for some bartering at some point.
yeah.
You know, who knows? But food is the only viable currency. So that guy who's charging doubling the price for a tin of peas, what's he got?
Well, there's another string.
He sold his food. He should have kept his food.
Well, there's another reason why to stock up, isn't there? Because not only will it keep you alive for longer,
unless
but it might
someone
also.
in your basement.
Well, yes, unless of course the army come and take it from you, but you could turn yourself into a rich man in the apocalypse.
Barter king.
Yeah. Well, think about you could barter, bits of materials to build yourself, what is in the apocalypse,
shelter.
a nice house in the apocalypse. You could essentially become, just start it again, become a corner shop. But you'd need some fucking security. You'd pay security and food.
Yeah, food. Yeah.
You'd barter some weapons with food.
Yeah.
To protect your.
I'm sure that
food, though.
Yeah, but come on, if we start partying now. How much is a
if
tin
you're
of-
Asda manager,
No.
and you've got the fucking access to the warehouse.
Wow, you could become a king.
You'd be like,
If
right.
you're a distribution centre, you're
Yeah.
laughing.
How is
Right.
that for a fucking comic book idea then, or a movie or something? So in the apocalypse, the Asda, you're sort of middle class, normal, never been a criminal Asda manager.
Yeah.
In the apocalypse, becomes a ruthless, tin dealing, shotgun wielding, pimp.
I think baseball
Small
backloading,
army.
doing Negan sort of esque thing going
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good story, man.
Yeah.
And his name's Gerald. He's still got his name tag.
Yeah. Always wears the name tag.
Yeah.
Though slightly dotted with blood.
Yes. Like the badge in
I
Watchmen.
think you should just say manager.
Yes.
Just known as the manager.
Yeah, the manager.
That's it, that's his name. Nobody
Shit,
calls
yeah.
him. And if anyone calls him Gerald, he shoots him in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the
bludgeons him to
manager,
death.
bitch. Yeah.
The
Or gets
manager.
one of his minions to.
Yeah, the manager.
Yeah.
You want-
That's what
you
the
want
series
food?
is called.
You want food in this
Yeah.
town, you're going to go see the manager.
There's your next Netflix. That's hard to say. Blockbuster series. It's called The Manager.
Shit, I think we should fucking
Yeah,
submit it.
set in a post-apocalyptic Asda.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, we got to hit
Copyright us. We just said
Copyright
that.
us.
Yeah, that's our
Copyright
idea.
us, that is it. We're
Fuck
writing
you
that.
if you write
We're
that
writing
before
that.
us. We'll sue you. It's our idea.
What's
What's the date today as of recording?
14th
14th or something like that.
No, it's longer than that.
17th of June.
Is it? That's 21st. It's Father's Day. You should know. 17th. Sorry, no, 17th.
Oh, there we go. 17th.
17th. You should know what date it is, Gaz.
Yeah, sorry.
It's Stepfather's Day.
It was this morning. I was well chuffed. And then I watched the movie.
The problem with disposal of bodies as well, film highlights at this point. There's no spare fuel for cremation, there's no spare fuel for bulldozers, and the waste of manpower to dig pits for burials. And unburied corpses in the UK at this point are probably top 10 to 20 million.
I didn't think of that. See, that was something that the film presented to me that I never thought about. The bodies, just a constant daily reminder. Trudging back from your rebuilding shift, with your bread roll to take back to your family, and you've got to walk past, oh look, there's Bob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, but piles of them. Doesn't it say something like the estimate is 19 million?
10 to 20 million unburied bodies, yeah. But most of them probably are charred beyond recognition.
Oh man.
Can we take a quick break, mate?
Yeah, man.
You're not going to go and hang yourself in the bathroom, are you, Mike?
Right, we're back. So, let's go to special courts of justice set up at this point.
Okay.
Given wide-ranging powers, including death by firing squad.
And it's probably a traffic warden fucking firing.
Oh, they'd love that shit.
Of course, bastards.
So,
I'm sorry, sir. I've already printed the ticket.
yeah, bastards.
Fuck you.
5 weeks after the attack, still no electricity, no mains water, no sanitation, fuel stocks are diminishing, transport is difficult, and food supplies are unreliable. A growing exodus occurs from cities in search of food, but the countryside is cold and full of unknown radiation hazards. 5 to 6 weeks after the attack, deaths from fallout are reaching their peak. And as Ruth is heading out in the country with Jimmy's old drinking buddy,
Yeah.
a plane is seen overhead, flying over, telling the refugees to turn back though. But there's fuel for planes.
Yeah.
Keep you in the city, keep you where they want to fucking get you working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Turn back now. I bet the pilot's fucking going back and having a warm shower and a nice bed to lie in.
The fuel is not for the plebeians, Ben.
Of course not. But at least at this point, they're trying to rehome people. In Buxton, 20 miles from Sheffield, survivors being temporary residents in people's houses. The owners aren't happy. Like that old boy who's like, "Oh, you can't come in here. I've got bloody strangers sleeping in my house. I'm not having it." And he turfs them all
I
out.
think he literally says, "Sling your up the lot of you."
Yeah. You know, he's got a 4-bedroom house. It's just him living in it. No, get the fuck out.
Typical selfish cunt bastard.
UKIP voting bastard, probably.
Although, to be fair, I'm not having strangers, radioactive strangers in my fucking house.
Yeah, but fucking.
But anyway, I'll be dead, as we've established.
I know, but, you know, it's like, that is like just the ultimate. I just thought he was such a twat. I mean, he's got 5, 6 spare rooms.
Yeah.
He's not asking to take 20 people. They're saying take 4 people.
And he throws
them out. And he throws a pregnant woman out.
Ruth, yeah, I was
Pregnant
about to
Ruth.
say, bless her.
You know, I just thought, what a cunt.
Definitely.
Really did. I just thought, what an absolute cunt.
Yeah, but like you said, UKIP.
As I wrote, Ruth is thrown out of the miserable bastard's house. Miserable old bastard's house.
Yeah.
So 6 weeks after the attack, Ruth and John, who's Jimmy's mate from work and pub, they find a dead sheep and they eat it raw and they know it's irradiated.
At least cook it.
On what though?
I know you're starving.
There's no fuel.
Oh yeah. Well, you can make. It's hard to make fire, especially in freezing conditions. I'd try though. I've seen that. What's his name? Ray Mears do it enough times.
See them guys like Ray Mears, Bear Grylls. Like, oh yeah, look at us. We can go in the wilderness. We can survive with nothing. You know what's clever? Take some fucking sandwiches. You know you're coming back, right? Am I drinking your own piss, Bear? Just fucking take a bottle of water, mate. You've got a camera crew on fucking hand.
It's in that bit where he's in the African sort of plains or whatever, and there's some elephant dung.
Oh.
And he's like, there's a lot of water in this. He lifts it up, squeezes it into his mouth.
Oh man.
Well, in the apocalypse, he'll be squeezing out the juice of a dead fucking frog or something. I don't know.
Probably.
He'll probably get his own fucking reality TV show back. Once the television comes back up, it'll be morale boosting. Look at Bear Grylls. He survived the nuclear apocalypse. He can get water from sheep dung. Why can't you?
Except it'll be an instructional video now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh my god, you don't think they are? You don't think all these survival programs are just like instructional videos of the apocalypse, do you? A subliminal marketing advertising campaign level. Like it's a conspiracy about it.
Well, if they are, we should have been paying a lot more fucking attention to them.
Too right we should. So it was September the 4th. September, 4 months after the attack. Ruth's sleeping rough and she starts like having a bit of a breakdown at this point. She's seen dead and alive children, you know, so her own baby is coming. At this point, direct effects of the attack, deaths are between 17 and 38 million from blast, heat and fallout. So we've got a population of about 60 million nowadays. Let's say it was 50 million in the 80s. That's a good chunk. The remaining population are weak, cold and hungry. And of course an attack in spring, May as it was, cripples agricultural production. Darkness and cold reduce plant activity to very low levels and there's little ripening of crops.
Lovely.
And collecting the harvest, going back to the Middle Ages, is now literally a matter of life and death. You don't collect that harvest, you don't collect that grain, you don't store enough of it for the winter.
You will die.
Yeah. And chronic fuel shortages mean that this will be one of the last time tractors and combine harvesters are used in Britain.
I did like the image towards the end of the steam engine with the tractor tyres on it.
We kind of got back to that level, didn't we?
Steampunk.
Steampunk. Oh, and everyone's swanning around in top hats and welders' goggles.
Well, if it improves the general level of presentation of us all, then again, another ray of hope we have found in this.
Slight ray of hope. Slight ray of hope. So Ruth is now in labour and she manages to stumble into a farmhouse gives birth to the baby on her own and literally bites the cord off.
Yeah.
It does
Metal!
It does say Sunday, December 25th. This is the religious aspect we mentioned earlier. The Ruth, the baby, and some other survivors gather around a fire in a barn. Oddly sort of, it's very similar to the nativity scene.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was the second coming of our Lord himself.
Well, let's hope not, because we'll find out at the end it didn't go well.
Well, we've got the beginnings of a very metal song there. Born in an alley in the apocalypse, my mother bit my cord. Ah, while the hounds howled.
Well, maybe.
It was a pretty metal scene, to be fair. There's a fucking German shepherd barking its face off. She's biting umbilical cords with her teeth, you know, having just given birth to Apocalypse Jesus. It's pretty fucking metal.
Yeah.
I quite like that old German shepherd, only a pup. He's like, ah.
You know, he's probably radioactive
And-
as fuck though, and
and
full
like
of rabies.
And I could tell, no, because it was a pet still, and I could tell that it was a pup because it didn't look like they added the barking in. It wanted to play. You could tell by the language of the dog. It was like, so it was a pup, and they added the barking and nasty bits in, but it was literally sort of prancing around wanting to play. So,
Ah,
yeah, I thought so.
what a cute film.
Yeah.
It's one step away from Lassie.
Yeah, but then again, in the first winter, hypothermia, epidemics and radiation fall heavily on the very young and old. In the first few winters, many of the young and old disappear completely from Britain.
Well, I've just thought that German shepherd was the Apocalypse Lassie. What's that, boy? Grandma's holding her eyeballs.
What's that? There's radiation down the old well. We shouldn't drink it, but I have been.
Now my balls are going to fall off.
Oh no, me skeleton.
Oh well, you can put them in a jar with your eyeballs. Fun.
Yeah. A year after the attack, people are basically eating dead rats. We see Ruth bartering for dead rats. The skies do become clearer and returning sunlight, but sadly it's heavier with ultraviolet light because the atmosphere is fucked. And you get cataracts and
Skin cancer.
higher risk of cancers and leukemias. So you've got to cover up quite heavily to go out there.
Anybody not wearing sunblock 3000 is gonna have a real bad fucking day. Get it?
Yeah. 2 out of 2.
Oh, Sarah. I would.
Can't help but feel they need a Sarah Connor in this scenario.
Oh yeah.
That's what this film was missing.
Yeah. Ruth should have been a Sarah Connor.
Well, she was a more realistic Sarah Connor. She just stumbled around in a fucking bewildered state of mental fucking derangement, and then gave birth in an alleyway, like I said.
In a barn.
Well, in a barn, yeah, and then, you know,
That's
fucking
very
Stable, even.
Well, stable. The second and subsequent harvest will have no fertilisers, no agrochemicals, and crops will be susceptible to viruses, disease, and insects. So when you are
All that work in the field, most of it's going to go.
Yeah, all that nice organic farming that people bitch about nowadays,
Oh man.
it's not going to work. You need that stuff to make it better. You need all that. Sadly, you need those
You can
pesticides.
build vertical farms now.
Yeah, but not in this scenario. They
Not in
can't.
this scenario.
Now, 3 to 8 years after the attack, that's where we're at in the film now, the population reaches a minimum, and UK numbers may decline to medieval levels.
3 million.
Well, I've got 1086 around 3.5 million, but by the 14th century that was between 5 and 7 million. So you're looking at somewhere between 3 million and 7 million. Our population of 50 at the time, and all of them scratching a living out the dirt. Yeah. So 10 years later, Ruth is like, she's only in her 30s at this point, remember? And she is like aged horribly. She is crippled, she is
Blind.
Very grey.
virtually blind, grey head. She looks like a woman of 60 and she's in her 30s. And she collapses in the fields and just basically doesn't get up in the morning.
No.
Her daughter tries to wake her, calling her by her name rather than Mom. Which I thought was quite sad as well.
Social constructs are broken down, so
Yeah.
you know what mum means.
Everyone else calls her Ruth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And but she did take Jimmy's book, and Jimmy was a bit of an Avery and a Burge and Avery, And she had that book under her pillow, so she kept some memento of him, which I thought was
Sweet.
was quite nice. Yeah.
Don't be spotting many birds though.
No.
Only the vultures to feed on the carcass.
So it seems that, oh man.
Radioactive vultures.
Oh, you know what radioactive vultures about, do you? Fucking buzzard hawks.
Fuck, that's another Solar Warden song.
Radioactive vultures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Radioactive vultures picking at my eyes.
Oh man, this is definitely going to be a double album.
Let's go black metal on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do a better black metal voice when my throat is fucked.
Oh, don't worry about it.
So, where are we at? It's interesting the children do lighter work. They're not in the fields, they're indoors. They're picking apart threads of clothing, again, threads.
Yeah.
To make into new clothes, you presume, to be recycled.
Blankets.
While the adults are out in the fields.
Cock warmers, scarves.
So 13 years later, after the attack, so 13 years after that initial attack,
Yeah.
the kids have got got very little education. They're watching an old TV show which we used to watch, which is Words and Pictures. And it was right fucking dark, wasn't it? This is a cat skeleton.
Yeah.
This is a dog skeleton.
And of course they would
And you're
recognise
well,
those things.
Yeah, I know what a fucking skeleton looks like. I've seen them since I came out of the fucking womb.
My bed is made of skeletons.
Yes. Metal! Yeah. But the Wyvern was...
I apologise, you guys didn't hear that, but Chester's tail just made the most horrific pop noise.
That wasn't the bomb dropping.
Look at that spike on the... see the one that goes all the way... Sorry, listener. That's the cat, but he's part of the show, so don't complain.
Yeah. It's Chester.
Yeah, he lives here.
13 years after the attack. Ruth is dead now, by the way. She just died. It's overwork, radiation poisoning, no will to live, possibly as well, cancers. And apparently the will to live is a big thing in this scenario. I've read it in other stuff, where if there is sort of some kind of centralised authority, you've got to make it so these people want to get up and work in the morning.
Yeah.
Because they've got to, but it's not just... I think it's a post-apocalyptic despair syndrome. Because if you get up and you think there's nothing worth living for...
Well, there's going to be a lot of suicides.
You'll commit suicide or you'll just die. It'll be a psychological thing where you'll just die.
Well, we can only hope.
So, you've got to put on, even if it's just like morale, simple things like, I don't know, films and music. Something to occupy your brain.
Chuck Berry.
Other than what... That song does come across a couple of times in this.
The only song in the whole movie.
Is it? I didn't know.
Johnny Be Good, It's at the very start of the film and it's played at the end as well.
They're listening to it in the car.
What do you think the reference to that is then?
Well, probably the 50s, good time. The last time things were innocent, booming. 50 with rock and roll.
Maybe the director just really liked that song.
Maybe it's very cheap rights to that song. I don't know, it's a song of youth, isn't it, in the 50s, but youth is gone now. Well, there is some youth, we see, but what state are they in?
Well, that's it.
Because after we watch Ruth die, we get to watch her daughter get raped. Yay!
Yeah!
Fuck.
Looters are still being shot, even 13 years later. Ruth's daughter, Jane, is like with a couple of guys who are doing some looting and one of them's shot. The children are a little more than feral. Their speech isn't fantastic.
Hey, Gizzer!
Yeah.
Gizzer!
Yeah.
Which I translate as, give to me.
Yeah.
Gizzer!
But yeah, the thing is, as we said, who's speaking to the kids? Let's say that you're actually in the mood enough to conceive a child, and most of the children being born have probably been conceived pre-attack
Or rape.
No one's in the mood enough to conceive a child, let's face it.
I don't know,
And when you do, let's say you're in the mood enough, that child's growing up, what are you doing? You just sat there like staring at space, remembering how it was.
Yeah, but I think
You're
we can
utterly
never...
PTSD'd. You are just
But we
a
can never...
silent shell of a human.
But we can never underestimate the human propensity to fuck.
No.
That's why we're still here. Some people will be horny in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
If I don't die in the initial blast, I will certainly still be looking for somewhere to stick it. Like you said, you need something to keep you going. I would still be trying to be romantic.
Your radiation burns look lovely tonight.
Yes, I love the way the nuclear...
I love the way your skeletal hands reflect the moonlight.
I love the way when you hold your hand to your face, I could see through the gaps between your bones the beauty of your scarred flesh. Now suck me off, please.
With your rotten mouth.
Yes, it's better than nothing.
Yes, so Jane, Ruth's daughter, and the would-be looter along with her who survived, as you said, is Gizza, and then he ends up raping her.
Mm-hmm.
She falls pregnant. She tries to make it to what's left of a hospital. There is still some semblance of...
A medical facility,
Yeah,
shall we
it's
say.
still going on, I think is the best way to describe it.
The crazy nurse, though, isn't
Yeah.
she?
And there are hanging bodies outside it as well, presumably looters. You see the feet hanging. And she sort of cries out like, "Baby! Baby's coming!"
It's coming!
She gives
Can't
birth
have a
alone
baby,
like her
she
mother.
says.
Yeah, she got it, yeah. She gives birth alone like her mother. But the nurse then does hand the child. And then she screams. And that's the end of the film. I originally thought that the baby was like deformed horribly because radiation on...
Well, they say the chances of having a baby born with mental problems or physical are exponentially...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it turns out that to end this film on such a high note...
That would be wrong.
Then I realised the baby wasn't crying and it was just...
Stillborn.
Stillborn.
Yeah.
So
What an ending!
What an ending to
They
a
put
very...
you through that and they give you that as an ending.
Gizza!
It's possibly the darkest, most depressing film I've ever watched. I thought I'd
Yep.
share it with the world.
Thanks, Mike.
Didn't you say this was the only thing the BBC have ever shown that had neither comments nor complaints nor compliments?
Normally afterwards you get loads of phone calls.
Oh yeah, it was a member of the production team I read said normally if your TV show's just been on, your friends in the BBC industry peers, will either be calling to congratulate or commiserate.
And from viewers.
Yeah,
Regular
but there was nothing.
There's
Because
nothing.
everyone was just deep in
Too
thought.
traumatised to talk.
And that's my point. And that's my point about the kids in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Everyone's so traumatised, no one's speaking, so their language just
I
completely
just think
goes.
it's 1984, you've been at work, you're coming home,
Yeah,
9 o'clock,
yeah.
Friday night, the kids, you've had your dinner, sit down, watch a bit of TV. Everybody watched TV together.
And you couldn't be asked to change the channel because that meant getting up
BBC One.
Yeah.
and walking over
Unless
to
you're,
it.
unless you're posh
Yeah,
and had a wired
Oh,
remote.
there you go.
You only had 3 channels, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're the kids in the apocalypse. Gizza! We're the kids in the apocalypse.
Oh man, that's sick. That's genius, though. Genius. I'll give you that.
This was an incredibly sobering film, as it was meant to be. But and the fact that it's 34 years old and still manages to be harrowing because it's just so like
At
what
the
like you
time,
said it's
1984,
well. It's like we said, it's a docu-film, isn't it? Because it's
There's a lot of information. being thrown at
docu-drama.
you.
Because it's a drama with documentary elements, scientifically explaining what would happen to us if this scenario were true, and the fact that it, like we said, set in a working class British, so downbeat, the entire thing, so downtrodden. So it's like the nuclear holocaust on a council estate,
Yeah.
and fuck, sobering, depressed. So many things I didn't think of. I mean, often I've thought about, we've joked on this show many times, what would we do in the apocalypse? But little details like food becoming the currency.
Fallout as well is the main thing. I mean, you survived the blast, but...
The police turning on us and the army turning on us. Us becoming slaves. Things like that I'd never fucking considered if we survived. Just Fucking hell, I hope nobody ever presses the button. I hope nobody's ever that
Well, should we go through the close calls
stupid.
that nearly happened?
Can we have the what happens if the American president wants to
Yeah, sure.
do that first, and then we'll go on the close calls.
Okay.
So how a US nuclear strike would work.
What if the President of the United States decides to launch a nuclear strike? President Trump started 2018 with a tweet chiding North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un that he too has a nuclear button, and it's bigger and more powerful than Kim's. But launching a missile involves much more than pushing a button, and really there is no button. Here's what would actually happen. The President must first discuss the plan with a group of military and civilian advisors. That group includes the Pentagon's Deputy Director of Operations and the head of U.S. Strategic Command. Anyone else in the group is at the President's discretion. The call either takes place in the White House Situation Room, or the President can be patched in on a secure line. Some of the advisors may try to change the President's mind, or even resign in protest, but ultimately, the Pentagon must do whatever the Commander-in-Chief orders. That meeting with advisors can be as short as 30 seconds. Next, the President gives the order to launch. But before the Pentagon can prepare the launch order, it must first verify that the person ordering the strike is indeed the President. An officer in the Pentagon's war room reads what's known as a challenge code. For example, Delta Echo. The President retrieves the biscuit, a laminated card the President or a military aide carries at all times, and finds the matching response to the challenge code. For example, Charlie Zulu. Once the codes match, the launch order goes out. The war room prepares a message containing the war plan, time of launch, authentication codes, and the codes needed to unlock the missiles before firing them. That message is only about 150 characters long. It's encoded, encrypted, and broadcast to launch crews. At this point, only about 2 to 3 minutes may have passed since the initial conference call. Within seconds, a submarine and 5 ICBM crews in various underground bunkers receive the launch orders. They open safes and compare their sealed authentication system codes to those sent by the war room. This will confirm that the order is authentic. If the codes match, the crews enter the war plan number into their launch computers. They type additional code to unlock the missiles, and at the designated time of launch, the 5 crews simultaneously turn a launch key retrieved from their safe. It only takes 2 crews to launch, so 3 can refuse to do any of the prior steps, and the missile or missiles will still fire. For missiles launched from a submarine, there is no second key. The crew has full power to launch. From here, there is no turning back. It's been as little as 5 minutes from the time the President decided to launch a nuclear missile to the time the missile or missiles blast out of their silos. It will take submarine missiles an additional 15 minutes until they shoot out of their tubes. Once it fires, a missile and its warhead cannot be called back.
Sobering stuff.
Holy fuck. That's frightening.
Yeah?
Fucking Trump is the President?
Now it's dawning on you.
Your dad?
Fuck you. Now's not the time for jokes.
Well, should we go through the close calls?
Yeah, absolutely. So, November the 5th, 1956, the Suez Crisis was the last incident of British gunboat diplomacy. This is our last fling as an empire, the Suez Crisis. When us and the French invaded Egypt. During the Suez Crisis, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, received a number of simultaneous reports, including unidentified aircraft over Turkey, Soviet MiG-15 fighters over Syria, a downed British Canberra medium bomber, and unexpected manoeuvres by the Soviet Black Sea Fleet through the Dardanelles. The pass through the Turkish Sea, the Constantinople sort of region. The Black Sea Fleet would have been sailing out towards Egypt. First appeared to signal a Soviet offensive. Considering previous Soviet threats to utilise conventional weapons against France and the UK, they said, carry on with this and we'll launch our missiles. US forces believed these events could trigger a NATO nuclear strike against the Soviet Union, being Britain and France at the time being the only nuclear powers in NATO. In fact, all reports of Soviet action turned out to be erroneous, misinterpreted or exaggerated. The perceived threat was due to a coincidental combination of events, including a wedge of swans over Turkey, a fighter escort for the Syrian president returning from Moscow, and a British bomber brought down by mechanical issues and scheduled exercises of the Soviet fleet. So yeah, all that stuff going on while there's
Yep.
Britain and France exercising colonial might, their last example of it, then things would look pretty...
Flashpoints, isn't it?
Flashpoint, exactly. 5th of November 1960.
No, 5th of October.
5th of October, sorry. Radar equipment in Thule, Greenland, mistakenly interpreted a moonrise over Norway as a large-scale Soviet missile launch.
Right.
Upon receiving a report of the supposed attack, NORAD went on high alert. However, doubts about the authenticity of the attack arose due to the presence of Soviet leader Nikolai Khrushchev in New York at the time.
A fucking moonrise.
That's let's go to the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Okay.
That's the big one, isn't it? 27th of October 1962. At the height of the Cuban Missile Crisis, Soviet patrol submarine B-59 almost launched a nuclear-tipped torpedo while under harassment by American naval forces. One of several vessels surrounded by American destroyers near Cuba, B-59 dove to avoid detection and was unable to communicate with Moscow for a number of days. The USS Beale, am I reading that right? Began dropping practice depth charges to signal B-59 to surface. However, the Soviet submarine took these to be real depth charges, and with low batteries affecting the submarine's life support systems and with no orders from Moscow, the commander of B-59 believed the war may have already begun and ordered the use of a 10-kiloton nuclear torpedo against the American fleet.
Shit.
The submarine political officer agreed, but commander of the sub-flotilla, Vasily
Arkhipov,
persuaded the captain to surface and await orders. Well, he just fucking single-handedly saved the fucking world there, didn't he?
Swig a beer for that guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I like my eyeballs where they are. And the flesh on my hand.
On the same day, an American U-2 spy plane was shot down over Cuba, and another U-2, flown by United States Air Force pilot Charles Maltzby, strayed 300 miles into Soviet airspace despite orders to avoid Soviet airspace by at least 100 miles. So yeah, you can imagine...
Navigational error.
Yeah. That caused the Soviets MiG interceptors to scramble and pursue the aircraft. And American F-102A interceptors armed with Falcon nuclear air-to-air missiles, each with a 0.25 kiloton yield, were then scrambled to escort the U-2 into friendly airspace. See, this is the thing in the 60s, it's like, what can we stick a nuclear warhead on?
Oh, the last little line there, look. Individual pilots were capable of arming and launching their missiles.
So if that pilot thought, shit, stuff's going down,
Or he was like,
boom.
Shelley should have never fucking left me for that big prick Frank. Have this, Shelley. This will show you.
And especially as Frank's the guy flying next to him.
And he launches the
Frank,
nuke.
you close in. Come back to me, Shelley. Boom.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Well,
It is,
so I
yeah.
take it there's been quite a few of these type of instances.
Absolutely.
We're going to go through the entire thing.
No, we won't go through all of them. Let's skip to the. It says we'll go to the 80s.
Yeah.
It's basically one every few years I could see.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, there's one in the year.
There's
of
quite,
something.
quite a few in the 60s.
65, 67.
When it was new, wasn't it? Everyone was.
Everyone had that itchy trigger finger back then. 15th of March 1980.
The year of my birth, 83.
Oh, we'll do that one next then, because I was born in 83. One of 4 Soviet missiles launched from submarines near the Kuni Islands was detected by an American early warning sensor and determined to be heading towards the United States.
Wow.
26th of September 1983, several weeks after the downing of Korean Airlines Flight 007, ooh, that's sexy, over Soviet airspace, a satellite early warning system near Moscow reported the launch of one American Minuteman ICBM. They're those big ones they keep in the silos.
Oh, right, yeah.
Soon after it reported that 5 missiles had been launched, convinced that a real American offensive would involve many more missiles, Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov of the Air Defense Forces refused to acknowledge the threat as legitimate and continued to convince his superiors it was a false alarm until this could be confirmed by ground radar. 2 months later, part of the Soviet government misinterpreted the Able Archer 83 NATO simulation of escalation to DEFCON 1. That was a major NATO military exercise.
Okay.
There was a few able archers, and they were designed for us to respond to a Soviet attack. So there would have been a build-up on the border, things like that. It was, designed to be as realistic as possible. The NATO simulation of escalation of DEFCON 1 as a possible ruse of war to obscure preparations for a genuine nuclear first strike. What I always find horrifying is there's this handful of zealots on either side who want it.
Yeah, they'd loved it.
Yeah,
President Kennedy was under pressure to use his nukes. He was literally
and so was Truman in the
bombarded.
Korean War. MacArthur was like, nuke the Chinese. Tactical nuke them.
Just nuke them.
Nuke them.
It's fine, man.
Battlefield nukes. Use them.
Fuck's sake.
We're paying for this.
It's
And even on the Soviet side as well as the Western side, there was this it wasn't terrifying for them. It was like, well, I'm going to be a bunker, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
I'm down in the war room.
What
Happens up there? And there's a great line in Dr. Strangelove, which will be in a future episode, I think, where one of the American generals sat in the war room and goes, oh yeah, well, we're going to lose like 25% of the farm belt if we strike first, and the guys, there's only about 40 million casualties, and this general goes, 40 million? That's not that bad.
Well,
There's a fucking psychopath in charge.
Yeah.
On that note, could I have a pee, please, Bob?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
So we're back, and we're going to do 25th of January 1995. Russian President Boris Yeltsin, probably because he was drunk, became the first world leader to activate a nuclear briefcase after Russian radar systems detected the launch of a Norwegian Black Brant 12 research rocket being used to study the Northern Lights. Russian strategic ballistic missile submarines were put on alert in preparation for a possible retaliatory strike. When it became clear the rocket did not pose a threat to Russia and was not part of a larger attack, the alarm was cancelled. Russia was in fact one of a number of countries earlier informed of the launch. However, the information had not reached the Russian radar operators.
Communications
Probably
breakdown.
because Boris was...
Well, that's all it takes, mate.
To cause the
Yeah,
end
but
of...
Yeltsin was
You know,
fucking off his face on vodka.
Yeah, it will be something daft like that that causes the end of humanity as we know it, won't it?
Well, it could be terrorism, mate. Because in between 1993 and 2006, the IAEA documented 175 cases of nuclear theft.
Wow.
Mostly from former Soviet bases, I'd imagine.
Well,
And it takes a cabbage-sized amount of plutonium to recreate the Hiroshima bomb.
fuck. Well, like our old mates Om Shinrikyo.
Yeah.
You know, imagine if they'd have set one off, that would have caused a chain
Somewhere out
reaction of
there's 175
missing.
unaccounted pieces of plutonium.
And some of them are briefcase bombs.
Yeah.
I found that out.
They'd probably snort it at Illuminati parties.
The Russians basically made briefcase-sized nuclear weapons.
They did, yeah.
And they made like 200 of them, and they've only got like 170 of them now. Where they are
Fucking
is...
So they do think it's more likely to be a terrorist dirty bomb
Yeah.
than a...
But a dirty bomb is a very primitive nuclear weapon that gives it a lot of fallout because it's very radioactive.
Right, next week we're reviewing the fucking Care Bears movie. Fuck me, this has been dark.
Yes, it has. Well, the thing is, we've made this monster, and we can't keep it in the...
What about mead?
Can't put the genie back in the box.
Exactly, you can't, can you? You can't put... That's exactly the phrase I was looking for. You
Yeah.
can't put the genie back in the bowl.
Can't put the nuke back in the briefcase.
We can't.
David Mead,
Oh, David
Hey.
Mead, Nibiru apocalypse predictor.
he claims that North Korea will bomb Yellowstone to trigger a nuclear winter.
Right.
This was written
But-
before the peace talks.
Can I just point out that his previous recorded predictions have not been so great?
Well, yeah.
And now, after he said it, like you
Yeah.
said, Donald's just gone and shook hands with Kim, and
Yeah.
he's like, fuck's sake. Because it's not
Why
very
didn't you tell me
nice.
this earlier, Dave?
Oh man. It would be interesting to know what Mr. Ike thinks of the old Trumpy baby Kim.
I'm sure you'll tell us, guys. You are sucking him off for a job.
Hey. Writing articles.
Sucking him off for a job.
I got distracted by our side project of the music, our musical project, but I haven't given up on the dream of writing for David.
You know what? I
Icke's
might
website.
actually submit something as well. So See if I can get something in there. That'd be interesting.
Imagine that if we could say at the start of our podcast, you know.
As seen on the David Icke website.
Yes, professional journalists. Who are you professional journalists for? Excuse me. What was that? Guardian.com?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, close enough.
Close. It ends in .com.
I think it's published on humansarefree.com.
There you go. Mike is a published journalist.
Did you get a HuffPo thing?
No, it wasn't HuffPost. It was the Greenville Post.
Greenville Post, that's it. That's still fairly big.
Yeah, fairly big.
You should put a link in the description one week.
I mentioned it in the zombie one.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with selling yourself. I haven't mentioned the cult for a while.
That's because it's failing.
Shut up. It's early days. Right, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Took Jim Jones a while to get that compound in a South American country, so...
One more article. The proof that British nuclear test crews were used as human guinea pigs
Oh.
by their own government.
Wow.
Basically, during testing the bomb...
Our
the
own bomb.
Yeah. They got pilots to fly through the thermonuclear explosion.
So they could test them
They
after.
could test the radiation levels.
And did those pilots die horrific deaths?
Yeah, and the other members of the crew were sat on the floor and they were told to sit away from the blast and not look at it.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Fuck. Were their families compensated in any way?
I
Well,
hope
not
so.
at the moment, no. That's what they're fighting for.
Shirley Denson's husband, Eric, had such a massive dose of radiation to his head in the 1958 flight that it caused crippling headaches so bad that he later killed himself, saying he couldn't stand the pain. 2 of their 4 daughters were born with abnormalities, as were some grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
This can officially now not get any more fucking depressing.
At 24, his head alone was exposed to 65 years worth of normal background radiation, the same as 17,500 dental x-rays in just 6 minutes,
Wow.
while flying through the cloud at Christmas Island.
Wow.
Merry Christmas!
So that's it, that's Threads.
Wow.
And
That's Threads.
That's your guide to surviving, or not surviving, the nuclear holocaust.
The one thing that got me from this film was like, my God, the living would envy the dead.
Of course.
And
There ain't no life at all.
And it also brought back a quote I heard from some general, I read some general years ago. He said, the only use for conventional forces in a nuclear war, so your army, your navy, your air force, would be to bury the dead. Because there's nothing left.
Wow.
You know? But I will keep you posted on my Freedom of Information Act thing. I'm genuinely looking forward to that. I can't wait till the 12th of July.
Oh man, I'm gonna get home tonight. The owner's going, how did the show go? Will you please spoon me, darling?
Spoon me till I fall asleep.
Just gently spoon me and whisper that things are gonna be okay. Are the windows still there?
Are you on fire?
Fuck me.
Well, I think all credit to Mike for picking possibly
It was a meaty one.
a meaty one and also the most depressing film we've ever covered.
Certainly one of the most depressing movies I've ever watched. And I watched some weird foreign shit at uni. Black and white subtitled shit.
Film noir.
Yeah, that was depressing as fuck about heroin addicts in a flat.
Oh dear.
And it was all one scene. It never moved from the flat. It was horrific. Clerks, it was not.
Or Train Spotting.
There were no fucking comedy in it. Yeah, that was...
I read the reviews actually of what people said. So I got that.
Oh no, it wasn't the reviews. It was more the...
Use a few headlines from IMDb actually.
Where's my phone?
Yeah.
When you go... I was saying to the boys, a new thing that's appeared in my life is, since moving in with a lady who has children, is having to check on IMDb the parents section, where it basically tells you anything, any themes and things that are going to come up that might be maybe
upsetting for the little ones.
Yeah, not suitable for
Alex Jones.
for the youngest. Sorry, some technical. I'll just read the first few. First one, in the parents' guide on IMDb. Sex and nudity. A girl is seen having unwanted or, quote, crude intercourse with a young boy unwillingly and as a result becomes heavily pregnant. Threads presents a graphic, realistic portrayal of nuclear war and its aftermath to the screen. The violence is quite graphic for a TV movie. A woman is seen with severe body burns. Frequent deaths occur in the film from radiation sickness, starvation, and attempts at post-war survival. In a hospital, many bloody and graphic injuries are shown. A doctor removes glass from a child's festering wounds. A bucket of dirty blood is seen being sanitized. A man is seen biting on a rag as his leg is being amputated with a handsaw without any anesthetic, quite graphic and disturbing. A girl is raped off screen. A boy is shot and killed whilst trying to steal food, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. So essentially, don't show this to your fucking children. I would advise, even if they're grown-up adult children, don't fucking show it to them. Or maybe do if you want to. Yeah, fuck it.
Look,
sobering, interesting, horrific.
It's a great film.
Yep.
It's a very good film. I think it's like an 8.1 on IMDb on the IMDb Gospel.
Might be 8.4 or something.
Maybe 8.4.
Where are we? 8.1, yes.
8.1.
And that's with 8,769 votes, and it's on an 8.1.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it is a genuinely very good film. Right? I mean, but, and here is the big but. And I like big butts, and I can't lie.
Hey, nicely done.
But it is genuinely horrifying to the point where I spent 5 hours and emailing my local council researching nuclear weapons. And just to see what, well, because you think, oh, I survived the blast. Well, job's a good one. But no, it isn't. You've got the fallout.
Yeah.
And then you've got the fucking, and you think, oh, maybe if I survive the fallout, hey, the government will show up with food and medicine.
No, they'll show up, shoot you, and take your food.
No, they'll show up, and I'll have like a fucking rancid plastic bag full of fucking ravioli that I've taken from my own cellar that's left, and they go, looter, and shoot me in the face.
Yeah. Oh yes.
By this point, I've probably been remobilised, so it's okay. I'm the guy shooting the people in the face.
I'll share me ravioli with you,
Cheers,
Mike.
guys.
I'll shoot you both and take it.
We might disarm you and kill you with your own weapon.
I doubt you would.
Because two of
I
us.
doubt you could.
Oh, listen to Rambo over there.
Does it matter?
My skeletal hands will
Two
soon...
shots, you're both down, that's
Mike
it.
will squeeze my skeletal hands around your throat. And will choke the life out of you. And then, just like that man made love to the floor earlier, I will do that to your skull through your eye socket.
Well, I always carry a pistol on my ankle, so...
We'll be alright, Mike.
Yeah, I don't think you will.
Yeah,
I think
will.
I've got 10 metres to shoot you both down for you. You're sick with radiation. You're going to come at me very slowly and shambling. I'm just going to go bang, 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 bang. 2 shots to the chest, both of you. You're both down. I'm going to take your ravioli and fucking feast on it later in the mess.
Alright, Andy McNabb. Calm down. Are you going to fire 2 guns simultaneously
Maybe.
whilst doing a backflip from a burning truck onto
'cause
another moving
I
vehicle
can't do
and
a
then
back-
kiss an incredibly attractive blonde whilst shooting me without looking in slow motion?
Well, if
Fuck off.
I can get away with it. I doubt there's going to be many attractive blondes left at this point. Never mind moving vehicles. But
You will be distracted by what you think out of the corner of your eye is a slither of porno magazine under some rubble, and as you're looking down at it, I'll fucking cave your skull in with a brick.
Gaz, no one has porno mags in this day and age.
If you're out in the woods, you might find some.
You're really in a city.
Burnt around
No
the
one in a
edges.
city has porno
Imagine
mags.
finding a burnt little fucking scrap of fucking pornography. You'll be down on your knees with your fucking cock out.
That is the
quicker
most precious commodity. Now my
Exactly.
food. Hey,
And I'll distract you.
Trade me your rations for this scrap of porno. Story, Daniel sucking Donald Trump off. Oh, I'll have a look at that.
Oh, Stormy.
Stove the skull in, take that food. There you go.
It is so weird. I did bring this up a few weeks ago, but I've still watched porn. It might surprise you to know that I've watched porn since I last
I hope
brought
not
it
this
up.
weekend.
But the advert, no, I haven't had time. But the advert on that comes up on, I can't remember what it's either X videos, YouPorn, one of the main porn streaming sites. And hi, I'm Stormy Daniels. You may have seen me in the news recently. Yes, I have, Stormy. And she stood there naked, advertising some porn company, and I cannot get it out of my mind. as I'm preloaded, ready to wank. I've selected my video that I've decided is the one, and along comes Stormy.
The one from the little thumbnail clip.
Yeah, and up comes Stormy, and I can now only think of Donald Trump's fucked her. Donald Trump has sucked those big, pendulous, fake bosoms. And that's not what you want to be thinking about while you're trying to fluff yourself.
It's not when he was son.
I'm done. That's it. Full Alex.
Full Alex. Let's go to full Alex.
Should we explain the game show?
The game is, Mike finds us a random piece of, let's say, bullshit on the internet.
Well, yeah.
And then we see, and then he plays us a clip of Alex going full on batshit crazy. We see Saint Alex, and we see who's gone full Alex. And as we all know, you never go full Alex.
Nope.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
So I was hoping, in a way, that interview I sent you the other day we might make it onto here at some point. That one with the UKIPper.
Remind me.
Oh.
It was like a week ago.
No, it wasn't. It was like 2 days ago.
Oh, it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I sent Mike this fantastic. It was LBC Radio. And and he's like, no, and this guy was like, oh no,
sorry.
It's okay. It was about Brexit, and he was a UKIPper, and he just did not live in this reality, Gaz. It was unbelievable. I'll send you the clip if you want.
Yeah, but very few of them do.
But it was unbelievable. And these people walk among us and they vote.
Yeah, complete cognitive dissonance.
Yeah,
they'll die in the blast.
They'll die in the blasts.
Let's do it. Let's who's this, Mike? Who are you hearing from?
Walno.
Okay.
Says the same angel that was assigned Reagan is assigned to Trump.
Oh right, the same angel.
Yep.
Oh wow. Go on
People
then.
can mock me for this. Go ahead. I know people don't understand these things. I probably shouldn't even say them. But I'm going to tell you, for those of you that are spiritual, my friend Mahesh Chavda is a tremendous man. He's he has a tremendous miracle ministry. He's been establishing it for 40 years with a great ministry. He told me about an angel. A couple of times he's had encounters with angels, and one of the angels he met was literally involved with the American Revolution, and it was assigned to Ronald Reagan. And he said the angel was in front of him as Mahesh was praying, and had come right from combat. And as I talked with Mahesh, I said, I believe that same angel was assigned to Donald Trump. I'm telling you guys, the same ministry angel that was assigned to Ronald Reagan is assigned to Donald Trump. I don't know who it is, what it is. Someone else will tell me it's Michael, it's this, it's that, who knows. But I'm going to tell you this, that angel on June 12th is going to be involved with this thing in Singapore.
Well, first of all, can you pass me the Mackie, please? Because I need a fag after that. Second of all, what a bag of shit that is. I mean,
Yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on this one. That is... I don't have the same belief system. I don't believe in angels, heaven or anything, so I don't believe a word that's come out of his mouth. And
But is it the same as Saint Ike? A bloke told me that the angel
How dare you
assigned
equate?
to Reagan is now assigned... Because heaven, and you're an angel in heaven, oh, you're assigned to Reagan.
How dare you
Oh,
equate?
fuck's sake. Hey.
The detailed research of Saint
You've had a
Ike.
few weeks, you've had a few years off now, because probably a year in angel terms is not much. 20 years in angel terms is probably a few days off.
It works, but...
Well,
I do. They're not fucking real. It's bollocks.
Well, yeah, I'm hypothetically spouting.
Let's
fairness.
not.
Isn't a day on earth like 1,000 years in heaven?
Yeah, so he's been sat around for a few thousand years, right? Oh, by the way, I've got a new assignment for you. Have you? Yeah, Donald Trump. Oh, for fuck's sake. I had Reagan already. What have I got Trump for? No, well, politics,
They
mate.
portray
Politics.
these men as like pillars of like godly. It's like they're fucking psychopaths. Reagan was a fucking psychopath.
You've got to be a bit psycho to want to do
Although he
it.
was quite hilarious in his later years.
Well, he actually did lose his marbles, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not that Alzheimer's is a funny thing, but it is when you're president.
Right, give me Alex, because
No.
I don't think there's not a lot I could say about that fucking religious lunacy. What's Alex saying this
Alex
week?
Jones explains how demons possess you using television.
Oh, fantastic.
Sounds much more sensible straight away.
No blight or succubus has like attached itself to people, and it's like either they're demon possessed or they aren't. And that's what it is. I've talked to a lot of top psychologists, a lot of top PhDs, or even atheists, and they said, listen, you study enough, you look enough, you get into situations enough, you'll run into people that are clearly possessed and who even know information about you you've never told them, and they're not guessing. Something else is coming through them. And folks, that's what this is. I don't care the media makes fun of me. I don't care what they say, whatever. I'm telling you, folks, I look out at the crowds, I see the people, they are possessed by something. I don't know what it is. You know, most of the planet believes in demons and possession for a reason. In fact, every culture does. Because it's not them. Something's coming in. Something's been overlaid, and it's a sickness, and it's spreading, and the television is the vector. It's how they're getting through at people. It's a mind trick. They put them into it, subconscious hypnosis. They admit that through the television flicker rate, through the lights, all of it, and then they superimpose something until they get your free will through incrementalism to turn yourself over to it, and then it's like a intergalactic virus that then causes the individual to shut down, become a poisonous creature who begins attacking everything around them. It's a wavelength. It's Alex Jones.
Can I just point out, that's the second time we've heard Muse on his show.
I think we've had that clip before.
No, I don't think we have.
Have we?
We might have.
I don't think we have. I don't know, but it's definitely the second time we've heard Muse.
Come on in the background.
Yeah.
Well,
We had that one, have we?
they might have been using it as
have.
their sign-off music, possibly. But anyway, let's discuss. Intergalactic virus. He used those exact words, transmitted through the television screen, to take your free will.
Yeah.
I still think that's less mental than the same fucking guardian angel who was looking after Reagan is now looking after Trump.
Yeah, because the guardian angel who was looking after Reagan wasn't great because someone tried to kill him.
Yeah. And obviously the guardian angel looking after Trump isn't that great either because everyone thinks he's an insufferable cunt.
Well, a good 45% of Americans probably think he's...
Yeah. Well, since him and Kim have started rubbing micro penises together, they, you know, his attitude has changed. But
no,
yeah.
I like to think that Kim's well hung for an Asian man.
Kim well hung young.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was a joke in there
Kim
somewhere,
well hung
but I
young.
lost it.
I don't think Kim has got a micro penis.
Well, I don't know.
I think he's got a big one. He's trying to slam it about.
Yeah.
Because he's got a small country, but he's trying to be a big boy.
Yeah, but that
So I think
psychologically might lead you to think he's got a small one.
But Trump has got a small one with a big country.
I think
And he's trying to slam it about.
Trump might have a massive one because of the way he acts.
Nah, I don't see it.
Anyway, let's stop talking about their dicks and decide who was talking more batshit crazy this week. My money's on the first guy.
I did like the first guy, I must admit. He's same angels, and he was recording that on his cell phone doing a selfie, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's coming from him on the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Whereas Alex has kind of prepared that little speech, and they're all ironically the fact that we're watching Alex on TV has not, and a lot of other people has not prepared him for the fact that he might be a demon influencing people.
Well, he
But
could
just
be a
doesn't know
shill.
it.
He could be a shill.
And he spoke to atheists who agree. Well, I'm pretty sure that atheists don't believe in demons. That's my
But
main
they might
concern with
believe
that.
in interdimensional viruses that take your free will. Though.
They do, but we wouldn't call them demons.
Transmitted through the flicker of the television
He's
screen.
good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I love him.
I love you, Alex.
Oh, you know what? You know when you said he's the best performer
Oh yeah.
out there? I fully agree.
He's an
I do.
amazing performer.
I
But
really do. He is the
He's batshit crazy, but
yeah, but
Batshit crazy.
he's got enough. He's batshit crazy on the show, and then he goes to court with his ex-wife and says, "Oh no, it's all a performance." Well, if that's all a performance, if anything is true in that that little courtroom hearing,
Well,
which
the ex-wife said
the God that he's supposed to believe in, that he swears on that Bible and turns around and says, "Hey, I'm just a performance artist." Surely, first of all, that's gonna be a fucking wake-up call for people, isn't it?
What do you think, wouldn't you?
You'd think, but no, he's still out there, still going batshit crazy.
Although his ex-wife did say that he has got very paranoid.
You'll say whatever you can to win the court case.
Yeah.
So
And he'll say whatever he can to get ratings.
Yeah.
So you're going for the first guy?
I'm going for the first guy.
I would agree with the first guy. He's like doing that on the spin. He's not rehearsed that. He's just like, yeah. The same angel that was for Reagan, he's been assigned to Trump now.
Yeah. Well,
just in case we had the first one, do you want a Brucey bonus?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, go for it.
You've even named it Brucey bonus clip.
I named it Brucey bonus clip. The left is using demons and witches against Trump.
Oh, fantastic. Let's go for that. I can see Pat Robinson on that fucking scroll through.
He's on there.
Oh.
It's like a mixture of everybody.
Oh, God, he's a fucking lunatic. He's so good.
Can the spirits hurt us if we are both Christians?
The Bible says a curse causeless cannot lie. And that can't rest on you. Some demon power, they try to curse you, but in the name of Jesus, you take it back. And I may add, I read that a bunch of witches has gotten together to put a curse on Trump, and I think the Christians need to be praying for him to defend him, but at the same time send those curses back where they came from.
This is an evil day, and Steve Bannon is right. This conflict is going to heat up because the other side, they're throwing everything they have into the breach, including now demons. I mean, realize what the left is doing now in this battle over the future of our country. They are throwing the very demons of hell at those that are trying to represent what is good and best and right for this country.
So all you fakes want to get close to God, stop being cowards. Be like Donald Trump. And that witch raises her head on the day that she publicly supports witchcraft and Satanism and black magic. They were in the news saying, "Hope Trump dies, voodoo dolls." Have you seen what happened to Haiti? What happened in New Orleans? Voodoo and devil worship. Isn't it funny they have devil worship in Africa, even before they ever heard from Christians? And China had devil worship, and the Aztecs had devil worship, because it's real, folks. It's an archetype. Either way you cut it. It's a spirit. And anytime a culture starts invoking Satan, every time it happens, there are mass wars, casualties, and death. And only corrupt, twisted, weak societies ever call on Satan. Any strong society always calls on the Great Spirit, as some Native Americans called it. And we're talking about the same thing in my view.
So God gave us a reprieve, and this thing is spiritual. It really is spiritual. And so we need, this land is so important, and I counsel you, pray for this nation, pray for the president, pray for this nation, but what's being done against him, it, surpasses. It's not human, it's a spiritual thing.
It's just holding us back as a species. That's all this is doing. It's holding us back as a species.
Well,
we could be, if you haven't had 1500 years of the Dark Ages when religion ruled, we'd be fucking colonising Mars by now. We'd be 1500 years ahead in our technology. These fuckers just holding us back.
Let's see.
Shoot them all! Shoot them all! I don't care. I'm gonna say it. Fucking get rid of these fuckers.
The political left using actual demons.
Yes, because the left, the majority of the left, I presume,
He says it with a complete straight face.
Yeah, because they are. They're Satanists. It's like that plane that flew around Download. Jesus loves you on it. These people are not in touch with reality, and I'm just gonna fucking say it. Just fucking get rid of these fuckers.
Well, on that note,
just because they're
May the nukes fly.
No, I'm not saying nukes. But
let's see how God helps him when the fucking front room window explodes in his fucking face.
He's got a bunker.
Oh, he hasn't. He's not one of these.
Pat Robinson has got a fucking bunker. Because even though he says like, oh yeah, it's all about God. I'm all about God. God will protect me. He's got a private jet and a fucking bunker, mate. I'm going to guarantee you that.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
So you know what? I'm going to say it. Get rid of these fuckers. They're detrimental to the human race.
Well, I kind of concur, but maybe let's do it a bit less. Oh, anyway, fuck it. I'm burnt out. We've done. How long have we gone?
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours of.
It's been a
nuclear holocaust, and depression and death and rotting flesh. So
But we've had a laugh along the way.
yeah, we've had a laugh. So personally, I think we should wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Before I kill
Right,
myself.
well, I've been Ben. I'm going to say don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
Oh, I forgot to mention I've joined a cult.
Well, I've been telling you for the last fucking 15 weeks, Mike.
I joined a cult online.
What kind of cult?
Well,
I'll tell you what, I'll talk about it next week.
I was going to say, that's a cliffhanger to tune in next time. Mike joined a cult,
Well, I'm
right?
going to say, everyone apart from Mike, don't drink the Flavour Aid, and everyone apart from Mike, please don't join a cult.
Well, I started my own, but anyway, I've been Gaz. I'm going to say goodnight and free Biff Tannen.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. Enjoy the cult.
Yes, sir! We're the kids in the apocalypse. We're the kids in the apocalypse.